of smiles in Town Hall tonight, folks. Fun with our star comedian Fred Allen and his Mighty Allen Art Players. It's Town Hall tonight! Listen to the crowd cheer Fred Allen as he leads his weekly parade to the old Town Hall. Fred's leading the band with a subtone clarinet and America's Stuffed Normals. The Mighty Allen Art Players are following in the wake. Let's join the cheering song. Everybody's going. Here they come, installment buyers.
If I don't get this month's installment, out goes your radio, lady.
You ain't touching that radio till tomorrow, mister. It's Town Hall tonight.
Policeman.
That police call was in court, Mulligan. What did it say? It said all police cars stand by for an hour. It's Town Hall tonight.
Scotch fan.
And what are you doing with your ear to that mouse hole, Sandy McDonald?
The folks next door have a radio on me, and it's Town Hall the next.
Well, sir, here we are in front of the old Town Hall, and there's Fred welcoming one and all. Let's listen.
Ist das nicht ein Old Town Hall? Ja, das ist the Old Town Hall, folks. So check your troubles and go right in.
Evening, Mr. Allen.
Hello there, Miss Wen. How are things down at your beauty parlor?
All my customers is sitting pretty. Get it?
Some snappy repartee, Miss Wen. Almost clipped you off in the middle of the sentence there. And Chloe, enjoy yourselves on the inside.
Hi there, Wendy.
Howdy, Pop. The show's about to start.
Presenting that versatile, victorious viceroy of vibrant, voluminous vocabulary and vivacious, variegated vignettes, Fred Allen in person.
Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before you start blaming your radio tubes for the sounds you're going to hear during the next hour, I'll read you the Town Hall Bulletin for tonight. Hodge White, everybody's grocer, says that starting Monday, no packages will be broken for the convenience of customers. Now, Hodge says he don't mind splitting a loaf of bread so people can buy 2 or 3 slices, or on Fridays, for customers who want to buy a fin and leave Hodge holding the hattie. But when some of you folks want Hodge to open a can so you can buy a measly dozen of baked beans, you're going too far. So much for consumer activities in our midst. And now for the Town Hall news. Is the curtain ready, Harry?
It's coming right down, Fred.
Oh, thank you. The lights go out, and we bring you the latest news of the week. The Town Hall News sees nothing, shows all. Boston, Massachusetts. Boston husbands complain that their wives gamble away family fortunes and demand police take action. Town Hall News shows typical home where wife is addicted to gambling. The scene, the home of Mr. and Mrs. Harris.
Come in. Good evening, Mrs. Harris. Are you busy? No, I'm working on my scratch sheet, Mrs. Casey. Picking some horses for tomorrow. Oh, don't mention horses to me. I blew a 3-horse parley at Tropical today. I got a hot tip at Bowie tomorrow. I wouldn't play a hot tip on asparagus. This plug's a cinch, Mrs. Casey. The jockey eats garlic and the horse wins trying to get away from him. Well, I'm off horses for life. Well, then how about a little poker? No, I'm going down to the butcher's to get the old man a pot roast. Oh, you can go later. We'll only play 2 hands. Well, all right. 10-cent limit. Where are the cards? Right here in my apron. I was cutting the Iceman. High card for a 20-cent cake. I match pennies with the fish man. I've been getting heads for 6 months. Well, pull up a chair. Deal the cards. There you are. What do you do? Opening for a nickel. I'll stay. Give me 2 cards. I'll take 3. Well, what are you doing? Betting a nickel. I'll raise it a dime. I'm calling. What are you holding? 3 cards straight. You win. I had a heart flush. All but 2 clubs.
Good evening, dear.
That's your husband. Never mind. Deal the cards.
I said good evening, dear.
What's good about it? I ain't even got a pair.
I've had a hard day at the office, Julia. You might at least be civil.
Give me 4 cards, Mrs. Casey.
Is supper ready, honey?
No, put on the coffee. I'll open for a dime. It'll cost you 10 more to stay. What have you got? An 8. It's good. Well, that cleans me. Now I can't go to the butcher's.
What are we having for dinner, honey?
You're having me. Your wife just won my pot roast.
New York City, New York. Magistrate Louis Brodsky fined 6 clothing merchants for pulling customers into their stores from sidewalks. Says police should protect citizens from aggressive tradesmen. Town Hall News shows how pullers in work at downtown clothing stores.
Hey, mister, how about a bell McCann?
No, thanks.
Oh, come on, buddy. You ain't greeting Easter in that horse blanket.
Here, you let go of my husband's arm, you.
Lady, how about a Bowery mink for you?
No. And if you don't quit jostling us, mister, I'll mash you with this umbrella.
Okay, if you two want to go through life looking sloppy, scram.
Say, this neighborhood's terrible, Pointer.
Pulling people off the streets. They ain't salesmen, they're kidnappers.
Say, I do need a clip for my collar.
Well, don't buy it around here. We'll get pulled apart.
Help! Help! I need a witness! I need a witness! Help!
What's the matter, mister?
Doing me a favor, my friends. Stepping in my store. I need a witness.
All right, we'll go in and witness for you.
Why do I need a witness?
Hey, what's the big idea locking that door?
Yeah, what are we supposed to witness?
My friends, I want you shall witness the biggest knockdown sale on the Bowery.
Why, you shyster, unlock that door.
I am not making with the schlissel until you are making with the bargains.
Well, all right. Give me one of them collar clasps.
Okay, my friend. Look, I'm slipping it under the cravat myself.
Is it all right, Pointer?
Is it all right? Why, the clasp is a beauty, but it's making your necktie look positively frowsy. No, I'll fix it.
Hey, what the...
You're tearing my husband's necktie.
Positively, because a clasp like this is needing a polka dot foulard, which I'm tying it on personally.
How is this tie, Pointer?
The tie looks snappy, but it's making that suit look like a piece of nothing. No, I'm fixing.
Hey, you're tearing my coat, hey.
Yeah, why are you ripping off his suit?
Why? Because the well-dressed man with a polka dot tie is wearing a herringbone suit with a belt in the back, which I am slipping on pronto.
How is this suit, Pointer?
The pants is fitting like the skin on a liverwurst.
But the coat's a little loose.
With this suit is coming 3 wests. The coat ultimately will fitting snug.
Well, let's go, Pointer.
Not so fast, my friend. The well-dressed man is never wearing with a double-breasted herringbone that baby.
What is he supposed to wear, a fez?
No. The ghetto dandy is topping off a herringbone ensemble with a pea-green fedora, which I am setting on the head before you could say Jake Rosenthal.
Hey, it's a little large, ain't it?
Yeah, one rainstorm, and it's fitting like the cellophane in a bull care.
Lord, you're some dude now, Abner.
Wait, one more thing you are needing, my friend.
Yeah, I know, a red balloon.
No, sirree. Absolutely free, I am giving you one heavy ebony cane.
A cane? What for?
Well, going down the Bowery, the lowlifes that are pulling you into their stores, you should beating over the head with this cane.
Oh, you mean like this?
Oi, help!
Stop hitting him, Abner. You'll get sued for assault and battery.
He can't prove nothing. Nobody's here but us 3.
Oi, help! Oi, do I need a witness?
Once again, the Town Hall News brings you the outstanding sound of the week. Augusta, Georgia. Playing in Augusta National Invitation Tournament, Gene Saracen gets birdie on the 4th hole. The birdie. Now, on Friday night at the... Oh, hey. Quiet, please. Now, if that's some heckler who's polishing...
Hello?
Well, sir, they laughed when I asked the man at the filling station to scrape the carbon off my legs. They didn't know I had a knock in my knees. If it isn't Portland.
Yes, Mama says I do the craziest things, so I came over here to make good.
Why, you're as welcome as the flowers in May, Portland.
But this is only April.
That's just what I mean. You're here a month too soon to suit me.
Oh, I know you're glad to see me. You're just trying to pull my leg.
Now, wait a minute. None of those osteopathic insinuations. I don't go around tugging people's tibias.
Gosh, this is spring. You look as though you're full of pep. If you don't take a good look...
Now listen, I have spring fever. The only way I can tell how I feel these days is to look in the morning paper.
Oh, that's silly. How can you know how you feel by looking in the paper?
Well, if my name isn't in the obituary column, I assume that I'm still alive. So I get up.
It's a dirty trick to play on the undertaker, isn't it?
Well, I guess it is. Business is so bad with undertakers these days, people are only taking cat naps. If they lie down too long, undertakers are apt to rush them off on approval.
Oh, no fair changing the subject. Now, how does it feel to have spring fever?
Well, I'll tell you. If you ever have a sneaky suspicion one day around noontime that your bones got up that morning and left your skin in bed, you've got it.
That's a fine way to welcome spring. You should be like Papa.
Is Papa all ready for Easter?
Oh, he's always ready for Easter.
You mean he always drinks just enough to get a little bunny?
No. He always has a little egg on his vest.
A little egg? Say, I could put buttons on an omelet and you couldn't tell it from Papa's vest. His vest always looks like the White House lawn on Easter Monday morning to me.
Poor Papa. He tried to make a little pocket money last week.
Whose little pocket did they catch him in?
Oh, it wasn't that. He saw an ad in the paper.
What ad?
It said, clean up, raise chicks for Easter.
Well, there's no harm in raising chicks.
But Papa read the ad wrong. He thought it said, raising chicks.
Now look, Portland. Scientists have split the atom, and still I can't get away from you.
Oh, you'll find out. Mr. Fogg!
No, I have a fog in my... Oh, no. Jeez.
Okay, sis, you don't need no nickel to call Newton Fogg.
A snappy opening, Mr. Fogg.
Now here, wait a minute, Mr. Fogg. I don't want to resent anyone incognito. Who is this other biological faux pas?
Why, this is my boon companion, Mr. Guppy.
Casper T. Guppy.
Tea is in coffee shop, eh, Casper?
Oh, you're killing me, Mr. Fogg.
And he isn't exactly rejuvenating me either, Mr. Guppy.
Mr. Fogg has the makings of a great comedian, Mr. Allen.
Yes, as the man said when he put his finger in the bottle, I'm a corker.
If you ain't subtle, Mr. Fogg.
He's as subtle as a cop's hand on your shoulder.
You should have seen Mr. Fogg at the Kiwanis Minstrel Show, Mr. Allen.
My gosh, the way I run out on the stage that night with a black on my face and said, hello, Stokes. You get it?
Do I get it?
Gosh, I don't know. I lead a good, clean life. I never step on flowers. I'm kind to little children. And still, everything happens to me.
What this country needs is a good 5-cent comedian.
Radio is full of them.
That's good.
Hey, hold on there, Casper. What's the guffawing for?
Oh, excuse me. I thought you was talking, Mr. Fogg.
No, I wasn't. You better watch yourself. None of that freelance laughing.
Yes, you ought to wait for a good joke, Mr. Guppy.
And here it comes.
Let's have it, Mr. Fogg.
What has no legs and flies?
Now, wait a minute. Don't jump at conclusions, Guppy. Wait for the answer.
Yes, what has no legs and flies, Mr. Fogg?
Well, as long as you fit, it's an airplane.
Time out.
Quiet.
Don't you get it, Alan?
Yes, I get it. I got it 30 years ago.
But there weren't any airplanes 30 years ago, Mr. Allen.
I know it. They used to tell that joke about a balloon. Until the Wright brothers got so sick of hearing it, they invented the airplane.
Mr. Fogg specializes in old jokes, Mr. Allen. He's training to go into radio.
And who's Mr. Guppy, his listening audience?
Mr. Guppy's Mr. Fogg's laugher. If a comedian's going into radio, he's got to have a laugher.
Hasn't he any relatives?
Casper laughs at anything I do. Look, I'll hold up my little finger.
Oh, put it down, Mr. Fogg. I'll stop.
Gosh, I don't know what's holding me back.
I know what's holding me back. My foot is stuck on some gum here.
Oh, you can sourpuss it, Mr. Glum, but Casper and me's as good as the best of them comedians. What are they giving you on the radio today?
All right. What are they giving us?
Well, we'll show you, Mr. Pickup Art. You ready, Casper?
You bet.
Well, first they always announce the comedian, like this. Joe Dokes is on the air. Here he comes, folks, with his little green hat and a mop handle cane. Then the comedian starts. I got a frog in my throat, folks. Here comes the bull.
Gosh, that's radio, all right.
Yeah, I'll say it is. All you hear is laughing and applauding, and nobody knows what's going on.
Then you should be a great success.
Something tells me Mr. Fogg is going a long way.
Me too, and there's nothing like getting an early start. Scram, boys. So long, Portland.
Tally ho!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you have ears, prepare to mute them, for we bring you the mighty Alan R. Players with music. Those pets of the critics who hold all records for the longest runs on Broadway in their stockings. Tonight, these thespians present an Easter saga of the great American barnyard entitled Hortense's Dilemma, or A Fowl There Was. Overture, Peter.
Hello, Dr. Luke's office, 271 Ring 3. No, Dr. Luke's a veterinary. Well, he's out now. I think it's a blessed event at Stokes' barn. All right, I'll tell him. Goodbye. Back early, ain't you, Doc Luke?
Oh, take my bag, nurse. I'm just tuck it out.
Oh, what was it, an emergency call?
Yeah, one of Len Stokes' cows got St. Vitus dance. Lord, she's jumping around so much, Len can't milk her. Keeps missing the pail.
Oh, that's a pity. Oh, Ethan Frome called up.
I know, I heard about it. He dropped a dime in his mare's oats. He wants her x-ray.
Lord, Ethan's so tight he can't get his mouth open fur enough to whistle.
That's true, too. See if that's a patient at the door, nurse. I'll put on my glasses. I look just like Louis Pasteur with my glasses on.
Come right in, Miss Kraft.
Thank you, nurse.
You're here to see me, Elmer?
Yes, you gol-darned old faker.
Well, I'm ready. Where's my stethoscope, nurse?
Here you are, Doc.
Now, I'm a veterinary. You'll have to get down on all fours, Elmer, if you want me to examine you.
Well, there's nothing ailing me, you concerned old numb-noggin. I'm here to see you about my horse.
Oh, yeah, she had the bots, didn't she?
Yeah. You told me to inject a pint of turpentine into her hip, didn't you?
Reckon I did. Ain't she cured?
I don't know. I ain't caught her yet.
Well, if you ever catch her, you'll find she's cured.
Says you. Call yourself a medical.
Are you intimating that Doc ain't no vet?
He's all wet, as far as I'm concerned.
That's slander, Elmer Crab. You should have said all vet. Then I'd have known what you meant. Now you get.
I'll get. I'm snitching to the constable, and you'll get, too.
That's what you think.
Elmer sure got his dander up, ain't he?
Oh, I should have give him a shot of turpentine. He might have caught his horse. Hey, what you say?
I ain't said nothing.
Quiet. Hey? Who's that mumbling? What you
say? Nothing.
What? You let me finish first before you say that. What you say?
Well, I still didn't say nothing. Take that stethoscope.
So that's what it is.
Cy Brown called up about his hen, Hortense.
I'm still working on Hortense. I got her in the laboratory under observation.
She used to be the champion egg layer of Beaufort County.
I know, but Cy got so many egg orders for Easter, Hortense just went to pieces.
Ain't she laying?
She ain't even clucking. And clucking is prologuing to egg laying.
What's got into Hortense? She got reverse dropsy?
Well, I'm still diagnosing, but Hortense will start egging any minute. I'm seeing to that.
Open in the name of the law.
Come in.
Well, effing it ain't old Constable Pinch. Effing it ain't.
Yeah, well, what effing it is?
What effing it, what's eating you, Constable?
I got bad news, Dr. Luke. Elmer Crabb says you ain't no bona fide doctor.
Elmer's up to some yokel ad libian.
Yes. Well, Elmer allows you ain't got no license to practice doctoring.
Take so.
Elmer says you're quiet.
Ain't so.
Why, Doc Luke's been playing the stalk for horses and cows for 20 years, and I ain't heard no complaints.
Like it's not. But I'm the law, Doc, and I got to see your license.
Well, it's right here, hanging on the wall.
Oh, this here, huh?
Well, that's a license, ain't it?
Yep, it's a license, but it ain't for it.
Here's two for it.
It ain't another. It's a shooting license.
Well, what's the difference how I get rid of my patients?
I'm sorry, Doc, but I'm the law, and you can't practice doctoring.
See who's to the door, nurse.
Now, hold on. If that's the patient, you can't treat him.
Open her up, nurse. If it's emergency, I'm defying the law.
Dr. Luke. Dr. Luke.
Now, Si, what's all the fussing?
I ain't closed nary eye for 3 nights, Doc. How's my prize hen, Hortense?
She's under observation, Si. Resting easy.
And I'm warning you, Doc. You can't talk doctoring. You're breaking the law.
And that ain't all I'm aiming to break. Now you get, Constable Pinch. You haul nightstick.
I'll get, but I'll be back. I'm getting to get a warrant.
Does Pinch mean you can't treat Hortense, Doc?
Law or no law, I'll pull her through, Si.
Orders for Easter eggs is pouring in from all over. If Hortense don't tee off on a nest soon, I'll be ruined.
How'd Hortense come down sick, Si? She have the pip?
Nope, I caught her in Nunnally Johnson's paint shop, eating up all of them paints.
Well, she must have seen some of them Easter eggs, Si. Put ideas into her head. Hen's like a woman, you know.
Yeah, reckon so. My wife's the same way. Ever since she's seen the magazine Esquire, I got to wear my shirt tails tucked in.
Oh, you darn dude.
Now, this Vanity Fair talk ain't curing Hortense, Doc.
Yep, that's right, nurse. Where is she?
She's nesting yonder in my fluoroscope. Bring her in, nurse.
I'll get her right away, Doc.
You really think Hortense will come through, Doc?
You bet.
I'm depending on you, Doc.
All right, daughter. Here she is, Doc. Gosh, she's awful heavy.
Yeah. Must be some of that white lead she ate over to Nunley's. Now, set her right down here in my derby. Easy now, Hortense. Easy, old girl. Doc ain't gonna hurt you.
Oh, you worked wonders, Doc. She's up to something. I can see it in her eyes.
Well, unless I'm from the old school, she's going to lay an egg.
Atta girl, Hortense.
Now, quiet. Quiet, everyone. Come on, Hortense.
Well, sir, look at that egg.
Why, it's blue.
It's perfectly round.
Yeah. Say, she's getting that funny look again. Look at her.
Yeah? Hortense is taking an encore. I'll be there. Well, lay it on the line, Hortense. Look there. Another one.
It's a beauty. And it's green.
Say, this is round, too.
Congratulations, Doc. How'd you do it?
Well, I give her a secret treatment. I knew 'twould get results.
Reckon I better get Hortense home now.
Hold on, Si. Here she goes again.
Come on, Hortense. You can do it. You got something there.
Quiet, nurse. Now, who's laying this egg? Now, drop it gently, Hortense, old girl.
Well, land sakes. That makes 3 of them.
And this one is purple.
3 eggs in 1 setting. Gosh, that certainly is. Lordy me, she sneaked that one over on us, didn't she? That was a quickie.
4 of them. And this one's red with yellow stripes.
I tell you, we're laying egg history here tonight, folks.
What, again? Now, listen, Doc, can't you shut the dang thing off?
Quiet, Si. You carry on, Hortense. Swing it. Good girl, Hortense.
This one's white. She must have run out of colors.
Quiet, nurse. Who do you think Hortense is, Rembrandt?
Hi, Alan. Gosh, just can't get over it.
Come in.
And stop. You can't practice, Doc. I got the warrant. You're coming with me.
Hold on, Constable. Don't you lay a finger on the doc. Take a look at what him and Hortense has done.
Oh, shucks. 'Twa'n't nothing. That is, we just happened to get together and one thing...
So the Doc and the hen done that, eh?
Yep, we done it single-handed. 5 eggs, round and assorted colors at one setting. Now, you believe it or not.
Well, believe it or not, you're under arrest, a lot of you.
What for? Overproducing?
No, for petty larceny.
Just a minute. Who's calling Dr. Luke a thief?
Who's calling the thief a doctor?
You mean?
You darn tootin'. Them ain't eggs.
What are they then?
Them is pool balls Doc stole from Perkins' billiard parlors and fed 'em into that hen to make Si think he cured her.
Now, it ain't so. I'm a witness. Well, what was that?
It's Hortense again. Look, she laid an 8-ball.
Just in time. Get behind it, all of you.
Fred Allen saying good night, everybody, and inviting you to join us at the Old Town Hall again next Wednesday night.
An hour of smiles in Town Hall tonight, folks. Fun with our star comedian Fred Allen and his Mighty Allen Art Players. It's Town Hall tonight! Fred Allen as he leads his weekly parade to the Old Town Hall. Fred's leading the band with an oboe, and those hobos for dramatic progress, the Mighty Allen Art Players, follow him doing nip-ups. Let's join the throbbing throng. Everybody blowing. Here they come, parachute jumpers.
Hey, open that parachute if you're jumping off the plane, mister.
I'll get down quicker if I don't, and I'm late, pilot. It's Town Hall tonight.
Wayward Son.
My boy, after 20 years you've come home to your mother.
Yes, Ma, but I'm only staying for an hour. It's Town Hall tonight.
Circus folks.
Hey, what's the idea, you midgets ganging up on the giants?
He was trying to take away our radio, Mr. Ringling, and it's Town Hall tonight.
And there's Fred in front of the Old Town Hall welcoming the folks with ad-libs akimbo. Let's listen.
Little Jack Horner sat in the corner, folks, but you can always get a front seat at the Old Town Hall. Now, here, get back, you kids. Let the old folks in first.
Evening, Brother Allen.
Hi there, Phil. Step along, please. Keep to the right. Hey, where are you going with that tomato, son?
If the show is good, I'm going to eat it, wise guy.
You can start eating it right now, son. It's a great show, folks, so hurry.
Presenting that quick-witted quipster of quaint quandaries, quid pro quo, and quite, Fred Allen in person.
Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before beating our weekly tattoo on the drums of your ears, I'm going to read you the Town Hall Bulletin for tonight. Hodge White, Public Grocer number 1, says that this year, Be Kind to Animals Week will receive his moral support only. Last spring, Hodge gave away free dog biscuits, but 20 or 30 dogs wagging their tails in the store all day stirred up such a draft that it put Hodge in bed for 2 weeks with influenza. So much for canine hospitality for the fiscal year. And now for the Town Hall news. Harry,
Yeah?
How about the curtain?
Oh, it's coming right down, Fred.
Thank you. The lights go out, and we bring you the latest news of the week. The Town Hall News sees nothing, shows all. Sheboygan, Wisconsin. 10-year-old Buster Hofer edits and publishes his own newspaper, the Sheboygan Weekly. Buster's ambition is to become the editor of a metropolitan daily. Town Hall News shows how big city newspaper might be run with a 10-year-old boy as editor. The scene, the editor's office.
Daily Bugle editor Percy Greenstickens. What? A debutante's free-for-all on Park Avenue? Okay, I'll get my photographer right over. Miss Type?
Yes, Mr. Green.
Buzz for a photographer and make it snappy.
Yes, sir.
You buzz for a photographer, boy?
Yes, Bo, there's a debutante brawl on Park Avenue. Get over there right away. I want some hot pictures.
Right. Anything else?
Got any candy in your pocket?
Well, just a couple of gumdrops, Chief.
Leave them on my desk.
Yes, sir.
And remember, I want news.
Okay, Chief.
Get my editorial writer in here, Miss Hyde.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Chief.
What editorial are you giving me today, Fishbane?
Oh, the same one. A monkey can lick Carnera. I changed it to a baboon can lick Joe Louis for the day.
That's right, Fishbane. Give me an editorial on Baby Leroy beating King Kong. I want news.
Yes, sir.
Here's Prudence Nickel, your cooking editor.
Yes, Big Shot. I've got the layout for Sunday. 101 ways to cook spinach.
To cook what?
Spinach.
That's what I thought you said. You're fired. But no but. Spinach may be news, but it's bad news. You're through. Scram. What a newspaper. What a newspaper. Get my dramatic critic in here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ed.
Don't call me Ed, Hammond. To all employees, I'm Mr. Green.
Sorry, Mr. Green.
What's new in the theater?
Lutz and Fontaine open tonight.
They opened once this season. I want news, Hammond.
Eugene O'Neill is working on a play. It's 9 intermissions. Nothing goes on the stage.
That's only strange interlude turned around. I've got to have news, Hammond.
That's all I know.
Who's getting in from Hollywood today?
Catherine Hepburn, Jean Harlow.
Oh, stuff, Hammond. I want hot news. Anybody else?
Only Shirley Temple.
Where's my beret?
Where are you going, Chief?
To the Grand Central, stupid. At my age, Shirley Temple is news.
Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minneapolis Chief of Police opens school for policemen in effort to tighten up on traffic violations. Policemen will be taught to use logical, well-phrased arguments that will be irresistible when traffic offenders attempt to avoid tickets. Town Hall News shows great difference in police methods. First, the present system.
Oh, you'll get a ticket, Herb. You're doing 60.
Nobody's pinching Herb Jennings. Not with a pull I got in this town.
Oh, I knew it. Here's the law.
You just watch me, baby. I'll talk him out of his motorcycle. Hey, you pull over to the car. What's the trouble, officer?
Where's the fire, wise guy? Where do you get that stuff doing 60?
I'm a personal friend of Mayor Swivels, officer.
Yeah, what about it?
The governor and I went to school together.
So what? You were speeding, wasn't you? A lot of you punks.
Mr. Punk to you, officer.
You ain't nothing to me. Why, you little snag-tooth runt. You're Mr. Punk.
You watch your language, officer. There's a lady present.
What are you beeping about? I got my head off, ain't I?
Say, are you an elk officer?
No, and I ain't no mason, neither. Here's your ticket.
Isn't there anything I can do?
Yes, be in court tomorrow morning at 9 sharp. Now scram.
But things in Minneapolis will soon be different. With policemen using improved grammar and etiquette, getting a ticket is going to be a pleasure. Motorists, prepare for this.
You better slow down, Luther. You're doing 60.
Well, I've got to get home before my gas gives out, dear.
Oh, I knew it. Here's an officer.
Oh, make believe you don't see him.
A yoo-hoo! A yoo-hoo!
You mean me, officer? Are you flirting?
No. Will you kindly pull over? Do you mind?
Oh, no, not at all.
Something wrong, officer?
Well, I hate to mention it, but my speedometer indicates that you were going approximately 55 miles an hour.
Well, now, that's funny. My meter said 60.
Oh, you're exaggerating, aren't you?
Yes. Yes, he's wrong, officer. Our meter really said 70.
Oh, but I checked my speedometer this morning, madam. I could swear you were doing 55.
Oh, well, now, really, I'm positive it was 60, officer.
I was looking right at the meter, Luther. It said 70.
This is embarrassing, isn't it? My. If the three of us don't get together, I can't make out my report.
Well, if it's a deadlock, perhaps a third party could decide.
Oh, now, that's a good idea, officer. Let's leave it to the judge.
Yes, that's fair. We'll let the judge decide.
Well, if you insist, I'll see you in court at 9. So long.
Oh, no, you don't. Now, how do I know I can get in?
So you won't have any trouble?
We're not taking any chances, officer.
Certainly not. Now, you give me my ticket, you sly puss.
And now, once again, the Town Hall News brings you the outstanding sounds of the week 40 years ago. 40 years ago this week, the New York Giants opened baseball season playing Brooklyn Dodgers. First batter up, fouls to left field. The foul. 40 years ago, leg of mutton sleeves are being sported by the well-dressed belles of New York. The belle. Thank you. Peter Van Steeden and the Ipana Troubadours have just played a sequel to Sleepy Time Gal called Wake Up and Sing. Now, on Saturday night, Professor Tweed, the eminent tattooing authority, will appear here at the Town Hall. Professor Tweed is retiring from his first love, the tattooing game, and his lecture is called A Farewell to Arms. Now, on Sunday after... Oh... Quiet, shush, quiet, please. If that's some ghost with 3 sheets to the wind, you won't spook till you're spooking too if I come down there now.
Hello? Well, sir,
they laughed when I asked the waiter for a pitch pipe. They didn't know my tuna fish was off key. If it isn't Portland.
Yes, we had the radio on last Wednesday, and it reminded Papa that one of his tubes was gone.
Oh, yes, you've got to keep up the payment, you know, or sometimes the whole set is gone.
No, Papa's tube of Ipana was gone. The radio reminded us.
Oh, well, if you're on your way to buy Ipana, Portland, for heaven, don't let me stop you.
Well, I'm fooling you tonight.
You mean you haven't brought any of those mentally underdone friends of yours here?
No, tonight is a special occasion.
Say, what's tonight?
It's Peter Van Steeden's anniversary.
Anniversary of what?
Well, Peter is finishing his first year on the Town Hall program.
Ooh.
His second year starts tonight, and I think we should celebrate.
Say, that's a swell idea, Portland. I'll get Peter over here right away. Say, Peter.
Yes, Fred?
Ladies and gentlemen, a good fellow, an accomplished musician, and our tune companion, Peter Van Steeden.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Fred. But I don't know what I've done to deserve this.
This is your anniversary, Peter. Gosh, you have to make a speech or something.
Well, I haven't got anything prepared, Portland.
Oh, just say anything, Peter. You know, unaccustomed as I am to being, you know.
All right. Hi-ho, everybody.
Oh, you can't say that, Peter. Rudy Valley says that.
Oh, yes. You know Rudy, the pugilist. Why, he always says that. Hi-ho, Ma, it was a tough fight, and I left the show.
Well, how about give me liberty or give me death?
Oh, don't be greedy, Peter. You know, if you only ask for one thing, perhaps you'll get it.
And anyway, Patrick Henry said that.
Has 70 long years?
Yes, Lincoln said that.
Well, I guess about everything's been said then, hasn't it?
Well, you could say if you like being on the program.
Been a pleasure, Portland. This has really been the happiest year I've spent in radio.
You know, I've often wanted to ask you one thing, Peter.
Right ahead, Fred.
All during these programs, you know, you stand up there directing the band with your back to the audience. Now, frankly, what goes on with you while we're telling the joke?
Yes, do you ever laugh, Peter?
Well, Portland, you folks may not notice it, but I'm tittering practically all of the time.
You're tittering?
Well, yes, but if something's real funny, I just go to pieces and smirk.
It has to be real funny, though, to make you smirk.
Oh, yes.
Now, how many times would you say, roughly speaking, Peter, say that you have smirked during the past year?
Well, that time Jack Benny was on?
When Jack Benny was on.
Well, that's one.
And then Stoopnagel and Bud and Phil Baker. Do you remember that night?
It took the whole 3 of them to get a smirk out of you, huh?
Yeah, they brought back memories of Jack Benny.
That reminds me. I heard Jack Benny imitating you 2 Sundays ago, Mr. Allen.
Really?
He had to put a clothespin on his nose.
A clothespin, a fine thing. He can't give an imitation to me without holding his nose.
Say, is my anniversary over, Fred?
No, Peter. I want to say on behalf of the mighty Allen Art Players, Portland and myself, that it is really our good fortune to be associated with you. And I certainly do hope that we'll all be together for a long time.
Me too, Peter.
Thank you both, and all I can say is, here comes the showboat.
You can't say that.
Captain Henry says that.
Gosh, this is a pretty dead anniversary.
I'm doing the best I can, Portland.
Look, I tell you what we'll do, Peter. During all of the years that you've been directing bands, listening to different comedians and different singers, haven't you ever had a mad desire to rush down to the microphone and sort of do something yourself?
Well, yes, Fred, I have.
Then tonight, you're going to have that opportunity, Peter. The microphone is yours.
Thanks, Fred.
What are you going to do, Peter?
Well, I've played nothing but popular music all my life.
And tonight?
Well, tonight, for once, I'd like to play something worthwhile.
You mean a solo, Peter?
No, not a solo. 3 of the boys in the band and I have been practicing the quartet from Rigoletto.
I was afraid of that. Something told me that was...
Do you mind, Fred?
No. Well, after all, it's your anniversary, Pete.
Are you tuned up, boys?
Give us your A, Pete.
Wait a minute, Peter. What are those instruments you fellas are going to play?
They're called nosophones, Fred. This little tin thing fits over the nose and you blow.
It's sort of a smello.
Quiet, Portland. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Peter Van Steeden Symphony Group. Lyle Bowen, first nosophone. Larry Binion, alto nosophone. And Rudy Adler, bass or schnozolophone. What are you boys playing? What's that number again? Noses of Picardy, is it?
No, the quartet from Rigoletto.
All right.
Thanks, Portland. And how did you like it, Fred?
Great, Peter. The telephone number is Murray Hill A. You know, I was just thinking, Peter, you can put a drop of menthol in one of those nosophones, play it in reverse, and I bet you'll cure a head cold in no time.
I get it. Well, I'll see you at my next anniversary.
I hope so. Thank you, Peter. So long, Portland.
Tally-ho!
And now, if you have accident insurance, prepare to collect it, ladies and gentlemen, for the mighty Allen Art Players are about to happen. Tonight, this little company, the company that sent the New York critics from Winterset to Somerset in 2 acts, brings you a Scotch epic entitled Sandy's Crime, or actors may be dead from the neck up, but Scotsmen are killed from the waist down. Overture, Peter.
That's all I'm to hear out of you till my dying day? Aye. For 10 years you've been working at your tool bench and you've never spoken a word but aye. Sunday will you get up? Aye. Sunday will you come to your oatmeal? Aye. Sunday will you go to your bed? Aye. Aye, he says again. It's daft you are, working 10 years hammering and twisting, and what have you made? A piece of wire you could filch from a hen coop.
Mother, will you come down to the valley?
Why should I come to the valley, lad?
There's an echo in the valley, Mother. I want to ask you for a nickel.
Aye, we an echo, you fancy I'll give you a dime.
That's my strategy, aye.
Away, and ask your father for a nickel. He says aye to everything.
Father?
Aye?
Can I have a nickel?
No!
No, he says.
What are you inventing, Father?
Inventing the lazy boondoggler, fumbling with 2 bits of wire. Your father's daft, Donald.
You're no daft, are you, Father? You've just got a silly look on your face.
Aye.
Well, I'm going down to market, Donald. I'm getting a grapefruit recharged for the breakfast.
Father?
Aye?
Can I have a nickel?
Mind your extravagant talk, lad. What could you do with a nickel?
I'm in the mood for a lollipop.
Aye, well, find yourself a stick and use your imagination.
Oh, come on. Double cross me, Father. Slip me the nickel for the lollipop.
No, I'll no give you the nickel, but here, take 2 pennies. You can rent an all-day sucker for an hour.
Oh, thank you, Father. You're... But your intentions are good.
If that's a beggar at the door, Donald, ask him for something first.
Aye, Father.
Is your father in, Donald?
Aye, come in, Mr. Ferguson.
Make your first step a long one, Ferguson. It'll save the wear and tear on the doormat.
Aye, I will.
I'll go rent my lollipop, Father.
Aye, I'm fetching home, lad. After dinner, we'll all have a lick at it for dessert.
Aye, goodbye, Mr. Ferguson.
Goodbye, Donald.
No, Jock. If you've something to say, make haste. You'll get no chance if my wife Maggie returns.
Aye, the hag. Join nagging and heckling, she is.
Aye.
Sandy, you've got the sympathy of the village.
I'll no need sympathy when my invention's perfected.
What have you been inventing these 10 years, Sandy?
You'll soon see. If my jigger works, Ferguson, I'll be the happiest man in Glen Spavin.
Aye, but I'm neglecting the purpose of my call.
Aye, foxy Ferguson. What are you mulling on the tam o' shanter?
Can I have the lend of your corkscrew, Sandy?
Aye, and I'll walk you home while you're using it.
Aye, I were afraid of that. I'll no trouble you, Sandy.
Then your visit is over.
Aye.
What are you doing here, Jock Ferguson?
I just stopped in to have the pleasure of saying goodbye to you, Maggie McTapp.
And the pleasure is mutual, if you'll pardon the shove. Goodbye. As soon as my back is turned, you crept to the house with your drunken crony. Aye again. Will you speak up, man?
Aye, I'll speak. My time has come, Maggie McStapp. My invention's finished. Sit the dune.
Mind your talk, Sandy.
Sit the dune, Happy.
Aye, I'll sit the dune, but I don't like your tone, Sandy McStapp.
Do as your bud wants. This here's my invention.
Invention? It's not but a wire. What do you think you've invented?
That's a new Scotch radio.
You're soft, Sandy McStapp.
I'm nae soft. You fit these wires onto your teeth. You open your mouth, and you'll get Uncle Don.
I don't believe it.
Then I'll demonstrate. Open your mouth. Aye, I'll snap the wire on your buck teeth. No, can you open your jaw? Can you talk? You can't? Then my invention's a success. Aye, up you go, and I'll carry you into the closet.
Favor, what are you up to, carrying Mother?
Dinna hinder me, Donald.
There's no talking. You've killed Mother. Help!
Here, come back here, lad.
Help, police!
And no, my fair female. Says you can mumble and grumble in the closet. In you go, Madame Beauty. Aye, after 10 years, whoop, man, I've got peace at last. The combos are coming, I hear a whoop. The Campbells are coming. They're bringing their soup.
Open in the name of the king.
What king? You can open yourself.
I'm Inspector McNabb from Scotland Yard, Sandy McSap, and you're under suspicion.
Aye, I'm Sergeant McGrath. Where's the victim, lad?
I don't know. Mother was carrying Mother and I...
Aye, lad, but how do you know there was foul play?
Mother wasn't talking. It was unnatural.
The lad's supplicating, officer.
Come clean,
There's been
Sandy.
no crime committed. Let me have my word. There's been no crime committed.
You come clean, Sandy, or we'll puncture your bagpipe.
I am innocent. I'm a victim of circumstances.
You've kidnapped your wife, Sandy.
No, I've not.
What's that, spirit?
It's in the closet.
He's hidden the body.
Open the closet in the name of the king.
Aye.
Just as I suspected, she's in here with her mouth wired. She's strangling.
Mother, are you hurt, Mother?
Give us a hand with this wire, Sergeant.
If you take off that contrivance, Inspector, I'll no be responsible.
You're under arrest, Sandy. Remove the wire, Sergeant.
Aye, sir. Hold still, Mrs. McSap. There.
And somebody's going to pay for this, too. You thought I was hooked, Sandy McSap. You thought you'd shut me up like a clam. 10 years with your infection.
Will you prefer charges, Mrs. McSap?
I will, and I'll prefer charges against you, too, Inspector McNabb, and your bodily stool.
Here, now, will you be quiet?
I'll not be quiet. You've tracked up my house with mud from your big feet.
Now listen, Mrs. McSap.
I'll not listen. I'll report you to Scotland Yard before sundown.
Can nothing stop her, Sandy?
No, I've stood it 10 years.
And you'll stand it for 10 more years. I'll chop the ears off the lot of you. That's what I'll
Hand me
do.
that wire, Sergeant.
Here.
Here. What do you want to, Inspector?
Hold her round, Sandy.
Help, let me free.
What are you doing, Inspector?
I'm flipping this wire back in place, Sandy. Now, my fine lad. Open the door, Sergeant.
Aye.
In you go to the closet. Now we'll have peace.
Aye, Inspector. And I'm ready to pay for my crime.
You're entitled to Scots justice, Sandy.
Scots justice? Then I've nothing to pay.
No, Sandy. You acted in self-defense.
Thank you. Fred Allen saying good night, ladies and gentlemen, and inviting you to be with us again next Wednesday evening.
An hour of smiles in Town Hall tonight, folks. Fun with our star comedian Fred Allen and his mighty Allen Art players. It's Town Hall tonight. Listen to that crowd. They're cheering as the big parade marches to the old Town Hall with Fred Allen delivering punchlines to the crowd and the crowd delivering punches to the mighty Allen Art players. Let's join the happy throng. Everybody. Here they come. Hold up, victim.
Get in that closet, sister. This is a stick-up.
I'm not budging from this radio for an hour, mister. It's Town Hall tonight.
Jurymen.
Gentlemen of the jury, have you found the verdict?
We only agreed on one thing so far, Judge. It's Town Hall tonight.
Movie stars. Is it true that you always want to be alone, Miss Gargo?
I only want to be alone with my radio when it's Town Hall tonight.
And there's Fred standing in front of the old Town Hall welcoming the crowd with quotes and quips. Let's listen.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mohair. It's Town Hall tonight, and we're ready to go there, folks. No crowding, please.
Evening, Mr. Allen.
Howdy, Mrs. Grimm. How are you?
Oh, Braggy.
Hi there, Buster. Say, you better start on a diet before that fat gets up into your head.
Why don't you close your big mouth so people can see the town hall?
That's what they all say, folks. Single line, please, if you'll
Say, we're all set, Fred.
Okay, Harry.
Presenting that whizzing whirlwind of whalish whim-wham, whimsical whoppers, and whopping whirligigs, Fred Allen in person.
Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before you start calling up your radio dealer to see if you can turn your set in for a bridge lamp, I'll read you the Town Hall bulletin for tonight. Hodge White is calling your attention to a special markdown on Roquefort cheese for this week only. Art says a lot of people who don't like Roquefort are getting in on the bargain and using the cheese to bait their mousetraps. Roquefort's a little more expensive, but it's like Hart says. You catch a better class of mice. So much for trap judgment, and now for the town hall news. How about the curtain, Harry?
Coming right down, Fred.
Thank you. The lights go out, and we bring you the latest news of the week. The town hall news sees nothing, shows all. New York City, New York. Professor Jane Dorsey Zimmerman, speech authority at Columbia University, states that due to city noises, many people have grating and monotonous voices. Professor Zimmerman says that people should sing their daily conversations. Town hall news shows New York businessman singing through his business day. Mr. John W. Bonney arises late and rushes to breakfast.
I won't have time for breakfast, dear. I'm leaving home half-dressed.
You'll find 2 eggs on your derby, John. The toast is in your vest.
Arriving at the office, Mr. Bonney sings a greeting to his secretary.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, Miss Wilmot. Good morning to you.
Oh, bossy, get your mail up, get your specs on, let's get going. Oh, bossy, get your mail up, start dictating your lies.
After a hard day at the office, Mr. Bonney returns home to sing over his dinner.
What have you cooked for dinner, darling? I could eat a horse.
I've made some thin and heavy, baby, spaghetti and tomato sauce.
You know that I loathe Finn and Hattie. It's the only fish I hate.
Tonight you're getting Finn and Hattie, darling, for dessert.
I'll take bicarbonate.
Dinner over, Mrs. Bonney tells him that her relatives are coming to the house to visit for a few months.
My family is coming tonight to visit, so don't get in the leather.
If those bums come here to stay, I'm going home to father.
And sure enough, Mrs. Bonney's 4 brothers arrive on schedule.
Good evening, sister. Good evening, sister. Good evening, sister. We're here to spend a year. Oh, yeah? Then hand me down my coat and hat, for I intend to leave you flat. You mean you'll go? Yes, if you stay. Then you'll stay. Then I'll go. Then it's goodbye forever. Goodbye forever.
Ram.
New York City, New York City, New York. A pair Gilbert and Sullivan apparently are on the wane. New York City, New York. Appellate Division of Supreme Court threatens to investigate ambulance chasing in New York City. Fake claim adjusters and unethical lawyers will face prison sentences. Town hall news shows how ambulance chasers work. The scene and the accident.
Hey, look out, mister, look out! Oh, it hit him, isn't it? Oh, get a cop, somebody, get hurt.
Call a doctor,
Oh, are you hurt, mister?
Just a minute, sister. Keep your nose out of this.
Oh, get me a cheap
Oh, don't
lawyer.
talk, buddy. Just lay there.
Who are you, a relative?
I'm his lawyer, sister. You're a witness. Sign here.
Somebody
I'll
call-
do your talking,
Oh,
buddy.
yeah.
I seen the whole thing. Boy, have you got a case.
Here's a cop.
Come on, stand back, everybody. What's going on here?
My client just had an accident, officer.
Yeah, who are you, loudmouth?
I'm his lawyer, Flatfoot.
Well, pipe down. I'll get the number of the car.
Beat you to it, brother. I've got the number right here.
Okay, then I'll get the names of some witnesses.
Late again, copper. I got a list right here. All bribed and ready to testify.
I'm an emergency case. I don't...
He's banged up pretty bad, ain't he?
Why, we're suing for $60,000.
All I want
I
is-
get you, buddy. I'll make it $80,000.
Leave him alone, Shyster. I'll send for an ambulance.
Late again, copper. I phoned for an ambulance 10 minutes ago.
Why, he was only hit 5 minutes ago.
Something told me this guy was going to have an accident.
Yeah? When did you first suspect it?
When I pushed him under the car, dope.
Albany, New York. State Liquor Authority, checking recent questionnaire, finds that just as many people are drinking today, but drinkers are more moderate. Town hall news shows great difference in drinking before and after Prohibition. During Prohibition, the scene, a speakeasy.
Yeah?
What's on your mind, buddy?
I'm a friend of Wendell Taub's.
That don't mean nothing here, buddy.
I was in the other night, remember? I was drinking a straight alky with the Worcestershire Chasers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't recognize you standing up. Come on in, bud.
All right. What's your poison, Elmer?
Give me a shot of that hillbilly vinegar, bartender.
Straight corn?
Yeah. Leave the fusel oil on it.
Okay, here you are, brother.
Okie smoky.
Whoopee!
Give me another shot.
Just help yourself, buddy. When you fall down, it's $2.
Well, it won't be long now.
You're a man of your word, buddy. Get up off of that floor.
My legs went down into my stockings.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah, Tim.
Take $2 off of that stiff and throw him out.
Okay. Here's the dough. Come on, you're going bye-bye, chump.
Throw me out feet first, will you, Steve? I got my new hat on.
Okay. Out you go.
But the same drinker today, say the questionnaires, is more moderate. The scene, a present-day tavern.
So long, bartender.
So long, sis.
Hey, drinking's a lot different these days, ain't it, Tim?
You're the bouncer, you ought to know.
I ain't bouncing nothing around here but rubber chicks.
Yeah, and I ain't serving nothing but sissy drinks. People is getting more moderate.
Hey, here comes that Lush. He used to come into the Speak, remember?
Do I? He's the only old-time barfly left. Moderation ain't worrying him.
Hiya, boys. Give me a turpentine float.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Oh, well.
What's the matter? Was there something wrong, buddy?
No, my stung-up just came up in my neck. It's trying to get away from that booze. Give me another.
Okay.
Make this a double-header.
Help yourself, buddy.
Bottoms up.
He's true, Tim. Out cold in 3 drinks.
Yeah, it's that moderation. He used to make it in 2.
Now, on Friday night, coming... Quiet, please.
Hello?
Well, sir, they laughed when I walked into the dance hall with the beehive. They didn't think I could swing it. If it isn't Portland.
Yes, I'm going to the circus, so I thought I'd stop in and work up to it by degrees.
I suppose if I was in a cage, you could stay right here and save a trip.
Oh, I always get a laugh out of you, but for good, clean fun, I'll take the circus any day.
Hey, I've got 3 rings under my eyes. You can't tell me from the circus. Is Papa going along with you?
No, Papa says he can take 2 drinks of corn liquor and see about everything they've got at the circus.
That's right, and a good look in the mirror will save him a gander at the free.
Papa made a little extra money around the circus.
Doing what? Peddling spot remover to the leopard man?
No, he was selling lip rouge to you bangies.
I don't know why it is, Portland. Every time I look in your face, it reminds me to send a telegram.
I know. I have that blank look.
Yes, or I can't get 10 words in during the times we get together. I guess that's it, all right.
Oh, you'll find out. I've got a surprise for you tonight.
Now, look, Portland. As the Siamese twins said when war was declared, one of us has got to go.
That's what you think. Boris! Sergei!
Oh, now don't bring
Coming, Porker, my little prairie princess. Coming, Sergei. Orky-dorky, Boris. I'm on your back like a shoulder blade. You are arriving first, Sergei. No, Boris. You are arriving first.
Never mind who's arriving first, who's leaving first. That's all I'm interested in.
At this point, I am presenting myself in the flesh. Comrade Boris Milovich Tchaikovsky Stotsky Rachmaninoff, Jr. So what are we waiting for? Am I a greaseball? Who's resenting me? I am begging your royal pardon, Sergei. After saying my own name, I am vindicated.
Yes, you'd better introduce yourself, Sergei.
Thank you, Potlishka. My name is...
I don't want to know your name. If I say hey from now on, I'm talking to you.
No, you're not saying hey to me until you are knowing me my full name. I am the Grand Duke Sergei Alexis Yushkov,
Debrovich Nyokhnyoya Snifnyafnyafnyevsky. Call me Tooth for short.
Looking on Grand Duke Sergei, you are seeing the last of the White Russians.
White Russians? Have you taken a good look at his neck?
Mister, you are playing with fire, you Kazakh.
Listen, Portland, what does this Siberian egg candler want from me?
Sergei is a member of nobility, Mr. Allen. You can tell by his medals.
Most of Sergei's medals he is wearing inside on his underwear. They should not get rusty in the rain.
What's that big medal for, Sergei?
Oh, that is the first prize I will get for winning a Kazakhsky marathon.
And this medal here, Sergei is getting for culture. He is first man in Russia to eat caviar with his knife.
Say, what's that red medal at the bottom of his coat?
Ah, that is a little borscht from lunch. Delicious. Fascinating.
That makes Sergei a knight of the vitamin, doesn't it, Mr. Allen?
I'll say, his beard ought to go about 200 calories if it ever dries out.
In Minsk, my beard is to tickle the ladies.
When Sergei is nagging, debutante is laughing to bust.
Gosh, you should put a zipper in that beard, Sergei, so you can get at your vest.
Let's get out of the rough, fellas. What is it you two Latka lovers want?
Sergei is in America to going Hollywood.
Well, don't let me stop him.
Were you in any pictures in Russia, Sergei?
Well, confidentially, I was outstanding in a super spectacle, the Volga Boatman.
What part did you play in the Volga Boatman?
Sergei is playing the uke.
They don't have ukuleles in Russia, do they?
No, the Volga Boatman is going, uke-nyam. Sergei is playing the uke.
Well, I'm sorry, boys. This is a radio station. Now, to get to Hollywood, you go to Yonkers and bear left. On a clear day, you can see some of those actors' heads as far east as New Rochelle.
Have you been on the Russian radio, Sergei?
Oh, sure, my city, Omsk. I was broadcaster on the Krasnaya Kavya program. The fan mail was positively mediocre.
What songs did you sing, Sergei?
My theme song was I Feel Like a Schnevich in the Breeze.
And with the solo, he is singing I'm putting all my smetana in one basket.
Yes, I am a great artist in Russia. I was broadcaster on station HRGVZTC-PPH.
Really?
Sure. She's very big station. She's operation on fricassee, 6 million cyclocooters, and 10 billion kilocockers. With hiccups from coast to coast.
Now look, friend, what is it you want to do? What is it you want to do here?
I want to give Russian impersonation.
Yeah?
It is two fellers on American radio. You recognize them?
No, not yet, I don't. Not up to now. But go ahead. Go ahead. Put me to the test. We'll see.
Thank you. Orky dorky. Quiet, please. Listen.
Well, I'll be doggone it. Here come Brother Kingfisher. Hello, Brother Kingfisher.
Hello, Amisu. How everything is it? Is it?
Everything's him harky dorky. How everything you is it?
Everything's fine, but I not got 1 cent money pocket nyaki.
I'll be doggone it. Here come Brother Lightfoot. Come in, brother.
Yeah, come in, Brother Lightfoot.
Yazzle, Mr. Amisu, yazzle. You got $2 I'm not got 1 cent money pocket nyaki. I'll be doggone it. Here come Brother Crawfish.
Yeah, come in, Brother Crawfish. My wife is very unhappy. I not got 1 cent money pocket nyaki.
Awa.
That was swell, Sergei.
No, it's nobody I know.
Mister, that is big insult. You will fight duel.
All right, get a lawyer. I'll meet you with shysters at 20 paces.
Do you understand that, Mr. Allen?
Only the phooey, and they can share that among them. So long, ski poor boys. Goodbye, ski Portland.
Pally, how of it?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who thought that April showers would bring May flowers, you were wrong. April showers have brought you nothing but the mighty Allen Art Players, and they're all wet. Tonight they present a mystery of big business entitled The Lost Vice President, or What Became of Mr. Bemis. Overture, Peter.
Eureka Advertising Agency. Yes, Mr. Allen's here. Well, he's busy right now. Yes, he saw himself in a mirror and thought it was a conference.
I tell you, Allen, you've got to get
still talking to himself.
You're not seeing eye to
I'll
eye.
call
We'll
him.
call him in on this
Oh,
office.
Mr. Allen, telephone.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, hello. Wilson Mattress Company? Yes, I'm lining up your advertising campaign, Mr. Wilson. I'm starting with the contest. Oh, yes, I'm offering $500 to anyone your mattress can't put to sleep in 5 minutes. No, you can't lose. I soaked the mattress in ether. Okay.
That sounds like a great campaign, Mr. Allen.
Take a note, Miss Check. The week of May 5th, I declare National Mattress Week. I'm putting America to bed for 7 days.
Who's going to wake the country up?
The Eureka Advertising Agency. On the 8th day, I'm ringing 30 million alarm clocks from coast to coast.
Gentlemen, to see you, Mr. Allen.
Show him in, son.
I'm a man of few words, Allen.
And my conversation so brittle it's apt to snap off in your face, mister.
Spread. J.J. Spread, the peanut butter king.
Oh, yes, Mr. Spread.
I'm here to spend $1 million to advertise my peanut butter.
The Eureka Advertising Agency is at your service, Mr. Spread.
Well, let's go to town.
Oh, no, it won't be necessary to make a trip. We can start the ball rolling right here.
Well,
my idea men will lay out a publicity campaign that will put your peanut butter on every vest front in America. Miss Jack.
Yes, sir?
Buzz for my idea staff.
Yes, sir.
How is your staff on coordination?
100%. Why, if I have a headache, my 300 vice presidents sense it and take aspirin immediately.
Your idea staff, Mr. Allen.
I-D-E-A. Idea.
Boys, we've got to launch a peanut butter campaign.
Say, how's this for an idea, boss?
You see how we work, Mr. Spread?
Yes, but I didn't get the idea.
Come. Don't dally, Weaver.
Well, we can put peanut butter in all the garages. They can use it instead of axle grease.
Peanut butter is made to be eaten and pointed at by little boys, Weaver.
Well, I know that, but garage mechanics always wipe grease on the steering wheel of your car.
I get it. With your idea, they'll wipe peanut butter instead.
Yes. The motorist gets his hands all sticky, he licks his fingers.
And Mr. Spread here has another peanut butter customer.
Magnificent strategy.
Nice work, boys. Now go away and give it some thought.
Yes, sir.
You have a great organization, Allen.
Our efficiency will confound you, Mr. Spread. Now, for example, suppose I want to know the time.
What do? Look at your wristwatch?
Oh, fudge. I'm too busy to look at my wristwatch. I simply say, time, Miss Check.
Yes, sir.
Now watch our system.
Hello?
This is Eureka Switchboard in charge of time telling.
Mr. Allen doesn't know what time it is.
He don't even know what day it is.
He isn't interested in the day. He wants to know the time.
I'll connect you with the vice president in charge of second hand.
This is Wendell, first vice president in charge of second. First vice president in charge of minute hand. It is exactly 14 minutes. Stand by for hour hand report.
This is Miss Null, secretary to Vice President Barco in charge of hour hand. Mr. Barco's out to lunch.
What time is it, Miss Jack?
14 minutes and 22 seconds past.
Past what?
The vice president in charge of our hands is out to lunch.
We just missed it by a hair, Mr. Spread. But that gives you a rough idea.
Marvelous. What's that rotary belt going by your desk?
Well, you see, every letter ready to mail passes my desk on this belt. Passes me for inspection.
Wonderful.
Now, here's a letter. I pick it at random, you see. Stamped, sealed, and ready to go.
But that letter's open, isn't it?
What? By gad, it is. This check.
Yes, sir.
This letter isn't sealed. Whose work is this?
It's number 10. That's Mr. Bemis. Colwell Bemis, sir.
Bemis. Let me see. Oh, yes, Bemis. Bemis is 10th vice president in charge of envelope licking, isn't he?
Yes.
Well, get him in here at once.
I'll ring his office.
Oh, Bemis is my ace envelope licker, Mr. Spread. He generally does 2 men's work. He drools.
A valuable man.
He's one of my liquid assets.
Well, I'll get along. Hope your missing vice president won't affect my peanut butter campaign.
Oh, no. As soon as I spank Bemis verbally, I'll go right to work.
Good day.
Skip the butter, Mr. Spread.
Good day, Mr. Spread.
Good day.
Come, Miss Chet. Where's Bemis?
His office doesn't answer.
Well, call his home.
I called his home.
Yes.
He hasn't been home.
No.
Mrs. Bemis said he left for his office April 1st. She hasn't seen him since.
April 1st? He's been missing 3 weeks. Where's his office?
I don't know. I don't even know what he looks like.
Remind me to put all vice presidents on a leash, starting Monday. Let's go find his office.
Oh, well, perhaps this employee will know.
Say you,
Mr. You to you.
How dare you? This is Mr. Allen.
Oh, excuse me. I'm Vice President Perkins in charge of pen wipers. If you want your pen wiped...
No.
This girl might know.
Miss.
You'll have to send me a memo.
I'm Mr. Allen.
Send me a memo to that effect. I'll have a check. Mr. Allen is the president, sister. All I know is send me a memo. I was hired 10 years ago to say send me a memo, so I'm still saying it. Send me a memo.
Never mind. I'll look through the offices myself.
A lot of vice presidents are down this hall.
Now, who's in this office here?
I got a 91 at Lakeview.
I got a par 40 on the first floor.
Oh, it's a conference.
Who's in this office?
Why, nobody's in here.
Are those cobwebs on the telephone?
Yes, I think they are.
Look, the date on the calendar is April 1st.
April 1st? That's the day Bemis disappeared. This must be his office.
It's funny nobody's missed him for 3 weeks. What was that?
Somebody's groaning. It's in the washroom.
Maybe he's murdered.
Stand back, Miss Chet. I'll open the door.
Look, that man on the floor with a beard.
Did Bemis have a beard?
I don't remember, sir.
Lincoln had a beard, but it can't be Lincoln. Rub his wrist, Miss Chet. I'll slap his face here. See if we can't bring him to.
Look, he's opening his eyes, Mr. Allen.
Resuscitate, man. Meet us halfway.
Oh, where am I?
Never mind where you are. Who are you?
Are you Mr. Bemis?
Yes, I'm Caldwell Bemis, 10th Vice President in charge of licking.
Do you realize, man, that your envelopes have been leaving the Eureka Advertising Agency unsealed?
You've been missing 3 weeks, Mr. Bemis. What happened?
It is my fault. I called for help, but I guess nobody heard me.
Hasn't anybody been in here?
No, I've been sitting in my office for 4 years, and I've never seen a soul. All I do is sit and sit. Just me and my envelopes.
Your 10th Vice President in charge of licking, Bemis. Doesn't glory mean anything to you?
Oh, yes, sir. For 4 long years, I've licked my envelopes religiously. I can't taste anything anymore. Every time I see an omelet, I lick one side and try to seal it up.
How did you get trapped in here in the first place, Bemis?
Well, at 11:20 on April 1st, I was licking away lickety-spit when I noticed my thumb was dirty.
Gracious me.
Control yourself, Miss Chet.
I said to myself, Caldwell Bemis, this will never do. So I came into the washroom to rehabilitate my thumb. I washed my hands. They were all soapy, and I couldn't turn the knob on the door.
Well, why didn't you call for help?
I did. I yelled day and night for the first week, but nobody ever comes near the office of a 10th Vice President. Finally, I sank to the floor. That's all I remember.
This is terrible. Remind me to put bells on all vice presidents after this week, Miss Jack.
If I'd been working on a radio beam, this couldn't have happened.
If you had wiped that soap off your hands, this couldn't have happened either, Bemis.
Oh, sir, I couldn't break the rules. See? The sign says, use paper towels only.
You mean?
Yes. The vice president in charge of towels let me down. There were no paper towels.
Inviting you to join us next Wednesday evening at the Old Town Hall at 9 o'clock Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Good night.
An hour of smiles in Town Hall tonight, folks. Fun with our star comedian, Fred Allen. It's Town Hall tonight. Town Hall. Fred's conducting the band with a stuffed eel, followed by those stuffed eels of the drama, the Mighty Allen Art Players. Let's join the thundering song. Everybody's going. come, debutantes.
But, daughter, a debutante doesn't come out carrying her hostess.
This is my radio, Mother, and I've got to carry it. It's town hall tonight.
College students.
You know why I'm canceling your exams for tomorrow, students? You bet, Professor. Nobody can study on Wednesday. It's town hall tonight.
Court witnesses.
Your husband had his head in the radio trying to commit suicide?
Yes, Judge. He says them jokes will kill anybody. It's town hall tonight.
And there's Fred welcoming the crowd into the old town hall with the shade of old Joe Miller sitting on his shoulder. Let's listen.
Tramp, 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 the folks are marching on the old town hall, and everybody's welcome. Go right in, ladies.
Is it free, mister?
Yes, madam. Single line, please.
Hi there, stupid.
Howdy, Brother Leach. How's the village dog catcher tonight?
I'm full of pup. Full of pup, Alan.
And there are plenty of bows and wows on the inside, folks. Even Mr. Deeds goes to town hall tonight. Step right along, please, if you'll kindly.
Are you all ready, Fred?
Yes, Harry.
Presenting that bubbling Briareus of boisterous buffoonery, breezy bagatelle, and buoyant boop-boop-a-doop, Fred Allen in person.
Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before I untie my shoelace and let my tongue flap in the breeze for the next 60 minutes, I'll read you the town hall bulletin for tonight. Hodge White, grocer to His Majesty, the hoi polloi, says that during daylight saving, the strictly fresh eggs that used to go on sale at 7 a.m. won't be ready for customers until 8 o'clock. Now, Hodge says Congress can make people set their watches ahead an hour, but no politician can pass a law that will speed up the inside of a hen. So much for daylight saving time, and now for the town hall news. How about the curtain, Harry?
It's coming right down, Fred.
Thank you, Harry. The lights go out, and we bring you the latest news of the week. The town hall news sees nothing, shows all. Washington, D.C. WPA considers program that will authorize making newsreels of many projects now underway throughout the country. Names of local politicians will be used in conjunction with pictures. Town Hall News shows what newsreels may be like if politicians hog proceedings. The newsreel.
This is the voice of the forgotten man bringing you the latest official news of the week. Truffle, Pennsylvania. State Senator Blurt supervises cleaning of beehive on courthouse steps, presenting Senator Blurt.
My friends, a vote for Tipton Blurt is a vote for the clean beehive. I ran on a clean hive platform last fall, and we are gathered here today to clean the first beehive in Suffolk County. But before we start, I'd like to introduce Miss Hetty Blunt, president of the Women's Voters League. Hetty Blunt.
Thank you, folks. I didn't expect to be called on, or you'd never have caught me in this print dress. Folks, I just want to say that the Women's League stood behind Senator Blurt at the last election, and the outlook was nothing to brag about. He said he'd clean the beehives of our fair city, and by calcium, today he's here to do it.
Thank you, Sister Blunt. Folks, I told you I'd throw a lot of you back into employment, and actions speak louder than words. I ain't here to show off, but there's a man right here in my audience that voted for me, Wilbur Cleet. You voted for me, didn't you, Wilbur?
You bet, Senator.
How were you situated when I went into office?
I was out of work 6 years.
What happened after you voted for me?
I got the 7-year ditch.
You've been keeping busy, ain't you, Wilbur?
And how?
That's my slogan, folks. No rash promises I can't keep. I told you things would hum here in Truffle, and they're going to. And now I'm introducing the first man to go back to work beehive cleaning since 1929. That popular bee man, Mr. Lentil Whisk.
Thank you, folks. I'm sure glad to be getting back to work.
Now, you're here, ready to clean this beehive, ain't you, Lentil?
Yes, sir.
you mind if I put my head into the beehive first to sort of get my bearings?
No, go right ahead.
I won't be a second.
Yes, sir. I promised you folks things would hum here. And as soon as Mr. Whisk takes his head out of that beehive, he'll back me up.
I'm out, Senator.
How did you find things, Whisk?
Things are humming, sir.
Exactly. So remember, at the next election, folks, Tipton Blurt keeps his word.
Portland, Oregon. Mayor LaGuardia, inspecting $40 million power project in Portland, says the cheap power throughout the nation will decrease number of divorces. Town Hall News shows great difference electrical appliances make in married life. First, the home of Mr. and Mrs. Wilcox Twang, without electrical appliances. The year 1920.
Good evening, dear.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, aren't you glad to see me, honey?
I wish I'd never seen you, Wilcox Twang. My mother told me not to go to that Halloween party.
I'm doing my best to make our married life a go, honey.
You and your $18 a week.
Well, people just aren't buying carpet sweepers these days, dear.
Marriage, it's nothing but love, honor, and overtime.
Are the kiddies asleep?
If they're not, I busted 2 plates over their heads for nothing.
Oh, dear. Is my dinner ready?
Get your own dinner.
Now, see here, Myrtle Twang. I've been demonstrating carpet sweepers all day, and I want my dinner.
Now, you let me tell you something, pothead. I've been washing, cleaning, fixing the furnace, lugging up coal and wood for the kitchen stove since 6 o'clock this morning. If I don't get a maid,
But I can't afford a maid, dear.
That's all I wanted to know. I'm getting a divorce.
You can't leave me this way.
I'm leaving you the way I found you.
You're leaving me flat?
That's the way I found you. Goodbye.
But cheaper power and modern appliances make married life a bed of roses. Note the great difference. The home of Mr. and Mrs. Balboa Dank. The year 1936.
Howdy, babe.
Don't babe me.
Ah, come on, doll. Is little woman going pouty-wouty?
Oh, stop it, Balboa. Your baby talking's depressing.
Oh, but really, dear, after a hard day at my soda fountain, you might have a smile for Daddy.
A smile. Married to you, I ought to be laughing out loud.
Is the dog asleep?
If he isn't, I've been playing the radio 2 hours for nothing.
Is my dinner ready?
With all these modern appliances, I have no time to cook, Balboa Dank, and you know it.
But I thought they would help you, dear. I even bought you an electric tea strainer.
You and your machine. Why, this house is a mess. I had to pull the percolator apart looking for a short circuit. The washing machine blew a fuse.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear.
And the toaster's been throwing bread at me all day. And if somebody don't put the vacuum cleaner in reverse, the canary's good as smothered.
Well, the machine age is too much for you, darling. I'll get you a maid.
Maid nothing. You get me an electrician.
Once again, the Town Hall News scoops the world. We bring you the winner of that historic race to be run next Saturday, the Kentucky Derby. We are not permitted to give you the horse's name, ladies and gentlemen, but if you hear this neigh at the track, that's the horse. Now, on Friday night, Dr. Hazelwood, the popular botanist, will speak... Oh, heck. Quiet, sis. Quiet, please. If that's some mounted policeman heckling, it'll be a horse on you if I come down there.
Hello?
Well, sir, they laughed when I walked up to the microphone. They didn't know I was going to read the commercial. If it isn't Portland.
Yes, I'm going down to the movies, so I thought I'd stop in.
Good. What picture are you going to see?
Oh, I'm not going to see the picture. It's bank night tonight.
What's bank night? Where the receivers come in and take over the theater?
No, when you buy your ticket, they give you a number.
And?
Then they mix the numbers all up, and if you're lucky, your number's called and you win the money.
Well, what happens if you're unlucky?
Oh, boy, you have to sit there and see a double feature.
It's pretty tough on the losers, all right, isn't it?
I'll say. Do you go to the movies much?
Oh, once in a while when a full moon comes along or something. I just go to see the trailers. You know what trailers are.
You bet. They say coming next week. Colossal, stupendous, bigger than ever, biff, bang. Then it's a picture of Shirley Temple.
That's right. Or sometimes, the detective says, Come out of that rumble seat, you cad, and then the whole thing becomes a travelogue.
I saw a swell picture last week.
What was it, a massage for Gosha?
No, it was some man telling people...
Wait a minute, I don't rush into things. Those are hard enough to stir up, without
It was some man telling people how to go to sleep.
And what happened?
The audience beat him through it.
I wish I was asleep. This conversation would only be a dream, and I could wake up and you'd be gone.
Gosh, I'm glad I'm not any smarter. I'd probably be insulted.
All I'm trying to say, Portland, is if you ever get water on the brain, it will just be water.
Oh, gosh, I'm glad I'm not any smarter. I'd probably be insulted.
All I'm trying to say, Portland, is if you ever get water on the brain, it will just be water.
Oh, boy, will I get even with you.
You will you?
Mr. Cat!
Oh, Mr. Cat, I don't want...
Don't yelling, kiddo. I am hearing the SOS, and I'm Yunkel on the spot.
Hey, now hold your horses, Cats. You ain't putting nothing over on Joe Benz.
So who's is asking you to butting in, Mr. Chisler?
Take it easy, Cats, or you're going to need them 9 lives.
Now, don't get excited, Mr. Ben.
Yes, piping down, smart Aleck.
You better turn off that dialect or I'll pull that derby down over your hips.
Now, here. Wait a minute, you two.
Yes, be careful, fellas. Mr. Allen's easily upset. His grandmother was frightened by a canoe.
Not only a canoe, there was an outboard motor on it. You're apt to find a lot going on behind your backs in a minute here.
Hut, Mr. Allen. Mr. Katz and Mr. Binns want to see you about your summer vacation.
Who says I need a vacation?
Anybody but his own car radio.
Yeah, you ought to go away peacefully if you don't want to leave town as prologue to a posse.
Yes, you really ought to go away for a rest, Mr. Allen. We could all use one.
Now, wait a minute. Where can I go?
Watch it, fellas.
If you are taking my advice, you are coming to the Catskills. I got the place there.
No. What you need is some good salt air, Alan. Atlantic City's the spot. I got a place.
Is your hotel swanky, Mr. Cat?
Then you are stopping at my French rendezvous, the Ches Cats. Atop the Catskills, you are stopping in the best.
The Ches Cats. Say, listen, if you could bait the rooms in that joint with cheese, you'd have a mountain mousetrap.
So, who's talking? In your hotel, the Seagull Manor, the first 2 floors is reserved for the tide.
You mean they use mermaids for chambermaids, Mr. Cat?
I am the last party in the world to knock a competitor. But last summer, I am stopping in the Seagull Manor one night.
What happened?
I am waking in the morning with 2 flounders in the bed.
You're lying, Cats. They were herring. The maid caught you eating in bed.
Personally, I like the mountains better.
At Ches Cats, you are living the life of Rabinowitz. In 2 weeks, breathing the mountain air, you are talking like a hillbilly.
Look, I don't want to learn a dialect. I just want to relax.
What you need is plenty of sun, Alan. At Seagull Manor, you can stay in your room and get a tan.
At Ches Cats, you are meeting only the cream of society. You are not getting in with sample cases.
Who's your social director, Mr. Cat?
Well, I am mine host, personally. You are going horseback riding with a select group in the morning?
What do you mean, going in a group?
4 on a horse.
4 on a horse sounds pretty stuffy to me.
Oh, to the contrary. Everybody is wearing spurs, so a good time is had by all.
Listen, Alan, if you like butter with your meals, here's my card.
Don't you have butter, Mr. Cat?
At Ches Cats, I am running strictly kosher. But, confidentially, hillbillies back in the woods is moonshining butter undercover.
How is the cuisine at the Seagull Manor, Mr. Binns?
Why, every 2 weeks my guests get so fat we have to grease them so they can pass each other in the hall.
Ches Cats is setting our cuisine. People is bringing their tapeworms from miles around.
What are your rates, Mr. Cat?
Well, if you are sleeping 8 people in a room, it's $2 a day. With pillows, it's extra.
You don't think I'm living in a room with 8 strangers, do you?
Who's saying strangers? You are meeting the people personally before you are getting in the bed.
Listen, you don't want any part of that Alpine flop house, Alan.
What are your rates, Mr. Benz?
At the Seagull Manor, you get a nice single room with oarlocks for 6 bits.
Fishing out of the window is extra, I suppose.
Nope, there's a rope in every room. Combination fire escape and fishing line.
You're leaving chess cats feeling a new man.
You're right. You'll never recognize yourself checking out of that joint.
It's pretty hard to decide, isn't it, Mr. Allen?
Come to the mountains.
You better try the sea.
Where do you think you'll go, Mr. Allen?
I think I'll go nuts, and I can do that right here. So long, boys. Goodbye, Portland.
Tally-ho!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, fools rush in when the curtain rises on the mighty Allen Art Players. This little company first introduced dimmed footlights to the American theater to stop the audiences from reading newspapers while the shows were going on. Tonight, these dynamic dullards present another epic of big business. It's called The Slogan. All the milk of human kindness is seldom grade A. Overture, Peter.
Mammoth Milk Company. Mr. Allen, he's busy at the filing cabinet. He's filing his nails. Yes, under N. Well, I'll see. Oh, Mr. Allen.
Yes, Miss Day?
The editor of the Times Star calling.
Oh, yes, it's all hustle and bustle, isn't it? Hello. Yes, now here, that $10,000 slogan contest I've been running in your paper, call it off. I'm winning the contest myself. Yes, I thought up the snappiest milk line yet. A perfect slogan. Get this. Milk from happy heifers. Okay, send the reporter right over. I'll release the story. Goodbye.
Gee, that's a swell slogan, Mr. Allen.
Mammoth, the milk from happy heifers. I'll start the biggest upswing the milk business has seen since the cow jumped over the moon.
Mr. Smith is here to see you.
Don't be so indefinite, Miss Take. There are Smiths and Smiths.
This one's from that advertising agency.
Oh, yes. Beaten, Batten, Gherkin, and Humdrum. Show him in.
Yes, sir.
Well, take a chair, Mr. Smith. I'm a very busy man.
Well, now, what's on your mind, Mr. Allen?
I'm launching an advertising campaign that will make this country cow-conscious, Mr. Smith. The cow is man's best friend, and I'm going to prove it.
Yes, well, now, most of the big firms are using slogans.
What slogans?
Oh, like, have you got icebox nerves? Get a lift with a hot foot. Then there's that laundry catch line, not a cuff in a bundle.
Why, my slogan will make these others sound like double talk, Smith.
Why, what is it?
Mammoth, the milk from happy heifers.
A classic, Mr. Allen.
Okay, now we have something in common. I can see that. Now, I want this slogan in every newspaper and magazine in this country if it costs me $500,000.
You bet. You can depend on Beaten, Batten, Gherkin, and Humdrum, Allen.
If the 4 of them will only buy our milk, I'm off to a flying start.
Yes, you're off, all right. So long.
Go to town, Smith. Miss Tate.
Yes, sir?
Call Baby Leroy in Hollywood. Tell him I want a testimonial in baby talk. Something like, quote, oogie, oogie, happy heifers, unquote. He'll get the idea.
Yes, sir. The president of the broadcasting company's here.
On foot? Well, show him in. Come right in, Mr. Static.
What's this about your radio program, Allen?
Mammoth is going on the air for 52 weeks, Static. I've got to make my slogan, milk from happy heifers, a household word.
Check, Allen. Milk from happy heifers is better than that mattress slogan. Good to the last flop.
Right. Now, about my radio program.
It's shaping in my mind right now.
It's going to be futuristic.
The program opens with a cow's moo. That's it. Then the band plays Let Yourself Go. Right. And then bang into a 20-minute commercial.
Can we get a bottle from Phil Baker?
Bottle and milk, a wonderful tie-up.
Money's no object, Static. You can, I'll go the limit. You can throw in a hillbilly.
Oh, no. The billy brings in the goat angle. It's a dangerous cross-reference.
In the milk game, you know, you've got to hold the cow for a long pull.
You said a handful, Allen. I'll audition some... I'll audition some cows for the program right away. So long.
Goodbye, Static.
There's some newspaper woman waiting, Mr. X.
Oh, these conferences are lapping over. But that's big business, isn't it? Show her in.
Yes, sir. I'm Sophie Scribble from the Time-Star, Mr. Allen.
Oh, yes. You're here to see me about my new slogan.
Yes, what is it?
Milk from Happy Heifers. How do you like it?
Great.
Yes. Milk from Happy Heifers sums up my life's work, Miss Scribble. I've got 20,000 cows working for me, and I demand happiness in every stall.
Ideal.
Every cow is my personal guest. The barns are air-conditioned. Their hay is turned down for them every night. We have band concerts back of the barn every Sunday, with Stokowski and Formal in overalls. And this year, my 100% cows are attending a special preview of Green Pastures.
Wonderful.
Am I talking too fast?
No, I'm condensing it.
Fine. Every one of my cows is happy. The Miss Scribble, they're milked by men wearing silk gloves with pussy willow palms. And every hour, my efficiency men check on their moves.
Marvelous.
Now, look here. Here's the chart for 11 o'clock. Number 53, napping. 54, grinning. 55, chuckling. And so on, etc., down the line.
What's that number 62? It says no emotion.
62. Oh, yes. That's an English cow. No sense of humor. Gives a special thin milk for tea.
Milk from Happy Heifers. It's a great story.
My slogan's 100%, and my word's as good as my milk. I've been selling milk 30 years, Miss Scribble, and I've never had a complaint. Oh, here. What's this infernal din, Miss Kay?
Well, one of your drivers, Mr. Crane.
One of my drivers? Have I only one driver left? 20,000 cows and one driver. What's going on?
Mr. Allen, this Mr. Crane says he's got to see you. It's important.
What's wrong?
A pint of milk has been returned.
What? Why don't somebody tell me? Where's that driver?
Right here, sir.
What is this?
Mrs. Grimm, 902 East 57th, returned this pint, sir. She says it's sour.
You're lying, Cringe.
Honest, Mr. Allen, look.
Well, it's all curdled on top. Looks sour to me.
Sour? If this gets out, I'm ruined. I've signed contracts for $1 million, guaranteeing milk from Happy Heifers. And one dirty double-crossing cow makes my slogan worthless.
Can't you check up on the cow?
Which cow is it? I'm a bundle of nerves here. Look at the name on that label.
It's number 76, Isabel.
Is a mistake. Get Isabel in here right away.
Yes, sir.
And send for Watson.
Yes, sir. Who's Watson?
Watson's my psychoanalyst. He psychoanalyzes the cows every morning.
What will I tell Mrs. Grimm?
Tell her there's a milk-omaniac at large. Tell her this fiend was double-crossed by a baby years ago, and he's putting vinegar in people's milk to get even.
Yes, sir.
Oh, if Isabel lets me down, milk from Happy Heifers isn't worth a farthing.
Here's Mr. Watson and Isabel, sir.
Oh, yes. Which one is Watson?
This is me, without the horn.
Oh, without the horn.
Quiet, Isabel. That's the girl. Now, what's wrong, Mr. Allen?
Isabel's wrong, Watson. Taste that milk. It's sour.
Hmm? Yes, there is a dash of melancholy there.
Oh, Freud would throw up his hands over a cup of milk like that. Isabel's sulking has ruined my slogan, Watson. I want her examined thoroughly. Fluoroscope and stethoscope.
Yes, sir. Sit down, Isabel.
No. No. Not there, Isabel. Sit here on my desk.
I'll start with the stethoscope. Inhale, Isabel. I'll try her reflexes. Stand back, I'll hit her knee.
Golly, her leg flew back like a pump handle.
Quiet. Say ah, Isabel.
Well, what's the verdict, Watson?
Well, physically, Isabel's perfect.
Maybe it's something mental.
Let me see her charts.
It's right here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she was an excellent spirits at roll call, mood in her bath, ate a hearty breakfast, playful being pasteurized.
Oh, what could have upset her?
Did anyone speak sharply within her hearing?
No, everything was normal. I had the sign up, quiet, cows giving.
Did she fidget getting milk?
No, she just stood looking out of the window, lost in thought.
That's it.
What's it?
Looking out of the window, Isabel must have seen something that upset her. Some horrible thing that caused melancholia to tincture her milk.
But I was there with her all of the time.
What was going on outside of that window, Watson? Speak up, man.
Well, there was a shooting gallery across the street.
Yes?
That's right. They're tearing it down to make a parking space.
Tearing it down, that's all I wanted to know. Miss Tate?
Yes, sir?
Call up and buy that property. If I can put that shooting gallery back up, my slogan, milk from happy heifers, is safe.
I don't understand, sir.
How could tearing down a shooting gallery upset Isabel?
Isabel misses those targets, Miss Scribble. She's been flirting with the bull's eye. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Saying good night, ladies and gentlemen, and inviting you all to be with us again next Wednesday evening at the Old Town Hall. Good night.
An hour of smiles in Town Hall tonight, folks. Fun with our star comedian Fred Allen. It's Town Hall tonight. To the Old Town Hall. Fred's leading the band with the gold baton, and the mighty L&R players are handing out checkerboards so that the audience can entertain itself during the show. Let's join the throbbing throng. Everybody's going. Here they come, prisoners.
What are you doing with this coil of wire in your cell, Snagtooth?
I was only trying to tap your radio set, Warden. It's Town Hall tonight.
Tea shop patrons.
Do you ladies want the dollar dinner with fruit cups?
We're not eating, thank you. We just want to listen to your radio. It's Town Hall tonight.
Statesmen.
Are you still working on the president's tax bill, Senators?
Congress refuses to work on anything this evening, madam. It's Town Hall tonight.
And here we are in front of the Old Town Hall, and there's Fred yelling with his mouth so wide open you can't tell it from the front door. Let's listen.
If you're feeling low and things aren't so bright, you're as good as cured, folks, because it's Town Hall tonight. Now, here, don't tear off those doors, folks.
Evening, Brother Allen.
Hi there, Mrs. Budge. How are things down at your candy store?
Lord, I wish my peanut brittle was as nutty as you are.
Be thankful it isn't as old as you are, Mrs. Budge. Go right in. Hi, Joe.
Hi there, Mr. Allen.
Now, hurry.
Everything set,
folks.
Fred?
Righto, Harry.
Presenting that rambling raconteur of rousing, rollicky repartee and rambunctious ramifications, Fred Allen in person.
Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before spraying an asthma remedy on the wheezes we've stirred up for you this evening, I'll read you the Town Hall bulletin for tonight. Hodge White, monger of meats and merchandise, is calling your attention to a new shipment of mousetrap cheese on sale this week. Hodge says it's a new kind of magnetized cheese guaranteed to pull a mouse out of a mouse hole at 20 paces. Now, Hodge knows the cheese will draw rats because twice today it's pulled him halfway into the icebox. So much for rodent innovations in our vicinity. And now for the Town Hall news. Say, where's the curtain, Harry?
I'll have to let it right down, Fred.
Oh, gosh, I thought you had it in your coat. The lights go out, and we bring you the latest news of the week. The Town Hall news sees nothing, shows all. New York City, New York. Justice Jacob Pankin of Domestic Relations Court rules that wife with sufficient means must support her husband if he is dependent. Town Hall News shows type of trial this ruling may make common throughout the country. The scene, any courtroom.
Order in the court.
Next case.
Lester Vale versus Betty Vale. Non-support.
Is the prosecution ready?
Yes, Your Honor. This is a pitiful case. This husband is absolutely penniless. People laugh behind his back.
Why do people laugh behind the plaintiff's back?
There is no seat in his trousers, Your Honor. He stuffed a comic supplement in there.
Order in the court.
Will the plaintiff take the stand?
Do you swear to tell nothing but so help?
I do.
You are this woman's husband, Lester?
Yes, she put me out of the house, Your Honor.
Didn't you contribute to her support?
When we were first married, yes.
I was a beanbag stuffer. I made big money, Judge.
When did you stuff your last beanbag, Lester?
In 1932.
Oh, you've been out of the beanbag game 4 years.
Yes, Your Honor. I haven't touched a bean except to scratch my head.
That is all. Will the defendant take the stand?
Do you swear to tell? Nothing but so help.
One thing at a time, you.
Did you eject the plaintiff, Lester Vale, from your domicile, madam?
I'm a lady, Judge. I merely told him to scram.
Have you any income or property?
All I got in the world is a mink cape and a second-hand car.
You see, Judge, she wears a mink cape, while her poor husband has Popeye stuffed in the seat of his pants.
Does the plaintiff want a divorce, Counselor?
Yes, and he'd appreciate a little alimony for old time's sake, Judge.
Granted. Since the defendant has no income, the court can only divide her property.
You ain't taking my mink cape and car.
You'll retain your mink cape.
But what about the car, Judge?
Your husband gets the car, madam, but you can see it once a month.
Atlantic City, New Jersey. Dr. William Mather Lewis says that movies, cocktail parties, and bridge owe their amazing popularity to society's inability to enjoy intellectual conversation. Town Hall News shows the great change that has taken place in the pleasant art of conversation in the great American home. First, an evening at home in 1890.
Good evening, Father.
Good evening, Flock.
Let your suspenders down, good husband, and put your aching feet on the hassock.
Verily I will, good wife, as soon as I take off these shoes. May I pop some corn, Father? Corn popping is frivolous, Matthew. Why don't you press some flowers in your copy of Pilgrim's Progress instead?
That will be sport, Matthew.
Yes, Mother. May I press a chrysanthemum in the Encyclopedia Britannica, Father? Yes, son. But press it between C and D. I have a hollyhock setting between F and G. Yes, Father.
Are you enjoying your meditation, Daughter Prudence?
Yes, Mother. I've been reveling in last Sunday's sermon, in retrospect.
Commendable, Daughter Prudence. And where is your sister Constance?
Constance is playing dominoes with her latest spark, the spinning wheel repairman.
Ah, Constance is flighty, I fear.
Nay, not as flighty as that Tuller girl next door, Mother.
I saw the Tuller girl on Main Street. The top button on her gaiter was undone. Oh.
Why, Matthew, how dare you?
I'm sorry, Mother. I shall wash my mouth with soap. That Jezebel will end up running away with the Chautauqua.
I've warned Matthew to shun the Tuller boy, too.
And so I have, Mother, since the day I saw him hiding a police gazette in his poor Richard's almanac. We must all pray for strength to save us from the degrading influences of these henchmen of Beelzebub. Praise be.
Alas, I am loath to bring this delightful evening of pleasant discourse to a close, good husband, but the hour is 8.
8 o'clock. Long past our bedtime.
Let us join voices in our good night hymn and retire.
Will you lead on yours thither, good wife?
Verily.
But how different today. Listen to the pleasant art of conversation as it is practiced in the great American home today. A typical evening at home in 1936.
Hello, folks.
Hello. That's a fine way for you kids to talk to your father, calling him a sap.
Pa is a sap, Ma.
Here, that'll be enough out of you, wise guy.
Yeah, just 'cause you're my old man. Don't think I wouldn't take a sock out of you.
Ma, where's your lipstick? In the cocktail shaker.
Where's the key to your car, Pa?
None of your business, son.
Don't let him take the car, Pa. He's got a date with a fan dancer.
Yeah, what's it to you?
Go on, that dame would go out with the tide.
Quiet, you two. Your mother's trying to dope out this racing form.
Oh, pipe down, Ma. Who's got the paper?
I have. So what?
Make him give me the movie section, Pa.
Give your sister the movie sheet, fathead, and hand me over that financial page.
What a joint. I ain't got nothing left to read but the help wanted ad.
Well, read 'em. You ain't gonna live off of me all your life.
Say, what do you know? Guess what's at the Roxy, Ma?
What's at the Roxy, Joan Crawford?
No, it's bank night.
Bank night? Where's my hat?
Bank night, get my coat.
Bank night, let's go.
And once again, the Town Hall News brings you the outstanding sound of the week. New York City, New York. The Pulitzer Prize for the leading American novel for 1936 is awarded to Mr. H.L. Davis for his sterling work, his book, Honey in the Horn. The honey.
Where you going, big boy?
The horn. Now, on Friday night, the Bedlam College graduation exercises will be held here at the town hall. Degrees will be awarded, and Gadwell Spunk, voted by last year's class as most likely to succeed, is hitchhiking back from Baltimore to be the guest of honor. Now, on Sunday... Quiet.
Hello?
Quiet, please.
Hello?
Well, sir, they laughed when I tried to pick up the check at the nightclub. They didn't know I had buttered the tips of my fingers. If it isn't Portland.
Papa sent me out to get the paper. He's reading about those quadruplets over in Passaic.
Oh, quadruplets are getting pretty common these days. They're 3 a dozen.
That's what Papa says.
Papa says what?
Papa says if you hear a man yelling force, you don't know whether he's playing golf or his wife just had quadruplets.
You know, I hear that over in Jersey now, the baby doctors are traveling around in gangs, just in case.
Papa's betting he's working on a quadruplet baby carriage. It has a trailer.
Gee, that's a swell idea, baby carriage with a trailer, huh? How does he account for the epidemic of quads?
He says it's just the stork trying to show he can fly as many people as the Hindenburg.
Well, that could be. Anything can happen today. A woman just drove a stagecoach to Atlantic City in 10 hours.
Gosh, I'd like to see the horse make a comeback, wouldn't you?
Well, I'm this way and that way, you know. There weren't so many accidents when folks were driving horses.
I'll say, you're always hearing about Sunday drivers. What are they?
A Sunday driver is a guy with 2 gallons of gas and a desire to see everybody else in an ambulance.
You mean the only thing he misses is the scenery?
Right. If a Sunday driver had any brains, he'd get up in the morning and go right to a hospital. And that gives me an idea.
Oh, I get it. Mr. Crumb, Felix.
Okay, Toots. You don't have to page cast for Crumb. Just drop a hint. I can hear it a mile away. Come on up, Felix.
Oh, now listen, Portland. Are you trying to make a Noah's Ark out of this place? Bringing these people in here 2 by 2?
Hey, no cracks, Bud. This could be Noah's Ark at that. Noah had a ham on board.
Now, here.
Mr. Allen is pretty touchy about his acting, Mr. Crumb.
Acting? Why, if this cluck walked on the stage carrying a spear, the spear would get the notices.
Did you see me in that masterpiece, Gigolo's Revenge?
No, but I heard about that turkey. Birds were flying around that show so thick, people had to sit in the theater with their hats on.
Be careful, Mr. Crumb. You're apt to make a slip and insult Mr. Allen.
You can't insult any guy with a head like that.
Are you insinuating that I am conceited?
Any guy who ducks his head when he walks under the 6th Avenue L ain't suffering from no inferiority complex.
Don't you want to get in the argument, Felix?
No. Felix looks as though his mother didn't take his dolls away until it was too late.
That's good.
Hey, watch it, Felix. Don't give till I tell you to cue.
Okay.
I hate to inject a civil note into proceedings, gentlemen, but just what is it you want?
Why, friend, you are now treating your eyes to a close-up of Casper Crumb, the outstanding theatrical agent of this generation.
Yes, Mr. Crumb furnishes all kinds of talent, Mr. Allen.
I guarantee to produce any attraction, from a Fleaceacres to London Fontaine.
And I come in between the two.
Felix here can put your program on the map, Mr. Allen.
You can. What does Felix do?
Imitation. Name your sounds, folks, and Felix will go to town.
How about a homing pigeon who's already there?
Hey, quit the clowning, Bud.
How about cider coming out of a bottle?
Okay, let's go, Felix.
Now, wait a minute. This is a high-class program. Change that cider to champagne.
Okay. Hey, Felix, give us that champagne bottle.
How's that?
Gosh, that was swell, Felix.
Why, you ain't heard nothing yet. Hey, come on, Felix, what's next?
I feel a foghorn coming on.
Okay, folks, a foghorn.
How's that?
It sounded more like indigestion to me.
Hey, no crack, stupid. The last time Felix did that foghorn, a mist fell over the city.
Can you do a Jersey cow, Felix?
Well, not a Jersey cow. He does a Philadelphia heifer. Give out, Felix.
Why, that sounded like the foghorn to me.
Hey, that was a cow, buddy. What do you want him to do, give milk?
Don't get excited, Mr. Trump. What else do you do, Felix?
His pasty insistence. Now get a load of this lion roar. Hey, the lion, Felix.
That was a lion.
It's still a foghorn as far as I'm concerned.
What?
If that wasn't a foghorn, I'll eat my hat.
That hat might look better in your stomach than it does on your head, Mr. Allen.
Why, I've seen better-looking heads rolling down bowling alleys.
Now, here, don't change the subject. All I say is this guy is a walking foghorn.
Okay. If you can make a foghorn out of this next imitation, I'll eat your hat if you'll get it cleaned.
What's this next one, Mr. Trump?
Give us the chicken, Felix. I suppose that was a foghorn, wise guy.
Yeah, you've got to admit that was a chicken, Mr. Allen.
Well, it wasn't exactly a chicken, but Felix laid an egg as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, yeah? And that egg with you makes it ham and egg for my money.
We better go, Felix.
I ain't leaving till this bum admits that chicken wasn't no foghorn.
All right. It was a chicken in a fog.
Yeah, the chicken ain't the only one in a fog.
I get it. So long, boys. Goodbye, Portland.
Tally ho!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Mighty Allen Art Players. The only actors in the theater today able to cope with any emergency. When the audience at South Bend rushed into the streets after the first act of Hamlet, the Mighty Allen Art Players played the second act in the streets, and the audience rushed back into the theater. Tonight they present a drama of the radio studios entitled The Comedian's Plight. Or only a radio comedian can go from gags to riches. Overture, Peter.
All right, now, quiet. Quiet, everybody. Let's have the studio quiet, please.
I ain't talking, Mr. Franco.
All right, Minnie. Now, listen, folks. This radio program goes on the air in just 5 minutes.
I'm ready. I got my joke book right here.
Yeah, and you better be funny tonight, Bolivar. Mr. McGregor, the sponsor, is kicking about the comedy on this program.
Oh, I'll make radio history tonight, folks.
Are you going to tell a new joke?
Now, here. No, quiet, everybody. We're just going to run over the routine of the show now before we get on the air. You set band leader?
Yeah, after the announcement, McGregor's mothballs are on the air. The band goes into, I'm laying all my eggs in one western.
That's right. Then the quartet. Are you set, boys?
Yeah, we're singing the Moth Song. Got a brand new suit.
Right again. Then Bolivar the Buffoon. Are you ready, Bolivar?
As the guy said when they started to cremate him, am I hot tonight?
Yes, I hope so. Then the commercial.
We're okay, Mr. Franco.
All set. Now, stand by, everybody. We've got just about 3 minutes.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
How's our sponsor tonight?
I'll know better after I've heard the program. Is everything prepared?
Yes, it's all set, Mr. McGregor. We've got a great show for you tonight.
Oh, I'll murder you tonight, Mr. McGregor.
Or vice versa. You getting $1,000 a week. You're no comedian, Bolivar. You're a robber.
Well, it sure looks like great entertainment, boss.
Never mind the entertainment. What about the commercial?
Oh, it's a knockout. Folks, let's run through the commercial once for Mr. McGregor.
All right.
We're ready. Okay, let's go.
Darling, sweetheart.
Sweetheart, darling.
Who's at the door?
My wife.
Where can I hide, darling?
Quick, in the clothes closet. Hurry.
Close the door.
Coming, pigeon. How are you, Wifey?
Don't wifey me. There's a woman in this house.
Don't be silly.
Who's in that closet?
Why, I'm...
Stand back while I open the door. Well, madam, what are you doing in my clothes closet? I'm putting McGregor's mothballs in your gown.
And don't forget, folks, McGregor's mothballs come in 16 delicious flavors. Kill your moths with good taste. Look for the slogan in the big red letters. McGregor's mothballs fortify moths.
Putting in the correct answer, half past what? To win the first prize in our travel contest to Europe as the guest of the McGregor Mothball Company. The winner of this half-past contest will be taken down to the Queen Mary by Mr. McGregor himself. Mr. McGregor personally will show the lucky winner just where to stow away.
And now, McGregor's Mothballs are on the air. Music by the Mothball Melodiers. Singing by that Mothball Quartet, the Eaton Boys.
We want camphor, we want camphor.
And laughs from Bolivar the Baboon.
Hello, Joe. I was going to call you folks, but you look all wet to me. Well, you see, hello, folks.
Bolivar, what's wrong?
I'm stuck.
Oh, come on, get funny, Bolivar.
I can't. You better make an announcement.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Bolivar the Buffoon has been taken suddenly ill at the microphone. The studio orchestra will now play I'll Be Glad When You're Dead, You Rascal, You.
What is the matter, Bolivar?
Matter? Some thief stole my joke book. I'm ruined.
I told you to copy your gags into the script.
I don't copy no jokes. I'm the only comedian in radio reading the jokes right out of the magazine.
But look, Mr. McGregor will go nuts. The program went off the air before we did the mothball scene.
It ain't my fault. I put my joke book right here on the chair, that chair there, during rehearsal.
Lock the door, somebody.
What kind of a book was it, Bolivar?
A big black one. The jokes were pasted inside.
Now here, can you identify it, Bolivar?
Can I? The top joke on the first page is, how many hairs on a pig's face?
What's the answer?
You wouldn't know. You don't shave.
You're in for it, Bolivar. Here's Mr. McGregor. What kind of a comedian are you, man? I'm paying $1,000. And what do I get? Hello, folks.
I was only warming up, boy.
Why did you go off the air, Franco? Somebody stole Bolivar's joke book. What should we do? Joke book or no joke book? If Bolivar's not ready to go on the air again in 10 minutes, he's fired. Listen, you better find that joke book, Bolivar. It couldn't walk away.
Those jokes are too old to walk.
Whoever took it couldn't get far.
Well, now, let's look through the studios on this floor.
Yes, we'd better do that. Let's go.
This first studio's empty, Bolivar.
Who's in this next one?
Send me down my
fellas, just a minute, fellas.
What's up to, neighbor?
Who's rehearsing in here?
The Prairie Gigolos. We're hillbillies.
Did any of you cow contraltos steal my joke book?
Creepers, no. We can't even read.
No. Okay, boys, thanks.
Walk in.
Who's rehearsing in this studio?
I don't know. Open the door.
This is your Hollywood crier, folks. Flash. Love in the doorway is a 3-pew picture. Pew, pew, pew. Just a minute, buddy. You're interrupting the Hollywood crier's dress rehearsal, gentlemen. I'll beat it.
Let's try this next studio.
Okay.
What's the best way to raise corned beef and cabbage? On a dumbwaiter.
Just a minute, friend. Who's rehearsing in here?
We're picking shoes to minstrel, ma'am.
You boys haven't seen Bolivar the Buffoon's joke book?
Joke book?
Yes. It's a big black book. On the first page, it says, how many hairs on a pig's face?
No, sir, we don't use no sophisticated stuff like that. We're still telling jokes out of the Farmer's Almanac.
There's nobody else on this floor. It just isn't here.
Then somebody in our own studio must have taken it.
Let's go back and find out.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Any luck, Bolivar? Did you find it?
No, I didn't.
You've got 10 minutes to get funny, Bolivar. I'm paying you $1,000 a week.
Bolivar and I have been in every other studio, Mr. McGregor, and the joke book isn't there.
Then where is it?
It must be here. The thief is right here in this very room.
You don't think anybody in the cast would steal your joke book, Bolivar?
No, not a brother performer. But I've got my suspicions.
Bolivar, you're fired.
Not so fast, Belshazzar McGregor. What are those corners under your overcoat?
Well, I've got a square stomach.
Open that coat or I'll tear it off you.
Here,
Let me
wait,
hold-
man.
get
You
the-
disarrange my bones.
Wait, you can't hit the sponsor, Bolivar.
Let me free.
I'll show you. Just get me this top button here. I'll rip this thing. I knew it. What dropped from under his coat, folks?
Your joke book.
I told you. And there stands the thief, the president of the McGregor Mothball Company.
I'm caught with my sporran down, folks.
This is terrible, Mr. McGregor. Haven't you anything to say?
I've plenty to say. I'm sick of paying all that money to Bolivar.
But what's that got to do with stealing my original joke book?
For $1,000 a week, I can read the jokes myself.
Thank you. Fred Allen saying good night, ladies and gentlemen, until next Wednesday night, when you are invited to join us for another hour of smiles at the Old Town Hall.
An hour of smiles in Town Hall tonight, folks. It's Town Hall tonight. Listen to that crowd cheer Fred Allen as he leads his weekly parade to the Old Town Hall. Fred's hurling kisses to the crowd, and the crowd is hurling insults at the mighty Allen Art players. Let's join the happy throng. Everybody's going. Here they come. Photographer's client. Now smile, and I'll snap your picture, Mrs. Jones.
If you want me to smile, turn on that radio, mister. It's Town Hall tonight.
Political candidates.
Do you absolutely refuse to run for governor again, Mr. Beeman?
I refuse to run for anything but the radio, madam. It's Town Hall tonight. Hitchhikers.
Hey, if you want a lift, buddy, jump in the car.
Thanks, mister, but I'm waiting for a bus with the radio. It's Town Hall tonight.
And here we are at the Old Town Hall. There's Fred, guide twister in hand, ready to make old jokes sound like new. Let's listen.
We haven't come to bury Caesar, folks. We're just here to open up the Old Town Hall. Now, jam right in. If you can't get through the door, you'll find all of the windows open.
Howdy, Mr. Adams.
Howdy, Mrs. Finch. They close that umbrella before you go inside.
Hi there, Humbug.
Hi there, Lancaster. How's the old boy?
Tip-top, Allen. I'm fit as a steam pipe and ready to hiss.
That's what they all say, folks. So hurry.
Presenting that Himalayan hooligan of Herculean hysterical huzzah and highfalutin higgledy-piggledy, Fred Allen in person.
Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before taking the top off the chafing dish to show you the rare bits we've cooked up for you this evening, I'll read you the Town Hall bulletin for tonight. Arch White, demon of delicatessens, has just set a new crate of oranges outside the store. Now, for the benefit of you folks who can't pass a fruit stand without handling the fruit, Arch is putting a special orange on top of the crate. Arch says if you're one of those chronic fruit dealers and can't hold in passing the crate, you can just squeeze this audition orange and go on about your shopping. So much for rhyme tweaking. And now for the Town Hall news. You look about one sheet in the wind, Harry.
Well, it must be the picture sheet, Fred. Here she comes.
The lights go out, and we bring you the latest news of the week. The Town Hall News sees nothing, shows all. New Brunswick, New Jersey. Dr. J.M. Ginsburg at Rutgers University perfects insecticide to keep mosquitoes away from Jersey weddings. Town Hall News shows how New Jersey weddings may come off with new mosquito-proof services. The scene, a church anteroom.
Hello, Parsons.
Well, my children,
Are you ready to take the fatal step?
Yes, I got the ring and license right here.
And the bus tickets for Niagara Falls are in my purse.
Very good. There's just one more thing.
The fee?
Well, two more things, I should say. As you know, this is a Jersey wedding.
Oh, you mean the mosquitoes, Parson?
Yea, verily, the mosquitoes.
Have they been bothering you, Parson?
Have they? At a wedding last week, I said, "Do you take this man to be your lawful wedded husband?" The bride said, "Ouch."
Where was she stung?
Directly behind the sanctuary, brother. Oh, it was very painful.
Oh, I'm getting out of here, Parson, with this crepe machine dress.
Don't worry, sister. Precautions will be taken.
Okay, let's go.
The chapel's through this door.
Oh, dear, I'm so nervous. I can't wait for the...
Now, if the congregation will stop the hum of conversation, we are gathered here to join in holy wedlock. Your name, young lady?
Daphne Spangle.
And your name, young man?
Cornwall Tuttle.
We are gathered here to join in matrimony Daphne Spangle and Cornwall Tuzzle. As this is a New Jersey wedding, before we start the services, the mosquito exterminator men will pass down the aisle. Are you ready, gentlemen?
Yes, Parson.
Okay, Parson.
Then let us pray, brothers. Let us pray.
Kansas City, Missouri. Dr. Bertha Van Hoosen at American Medical Convention claims that the outlook for women doctors in medicine is brightening. Town Hall News shows what may happen when women doctors are called in to treat patients. The scene, the sick chamber at the home of Mr. and Mrs. Elmer Tittle.
How do you feel, honey?
Oh, I'm dying, Elmer. I'll never live to get out of this bed.
Well, didn't that hot water bottle help any?
It was ice cold when you put it in the sheet. I'm getting it warmed up a little.
Well, you'll be all right in a jiffy, dear. I just called that woman doctor across the street. Here she is now.
Oh, tell her to hurry, Elmer.
My wife is right in here, doctor.
Well, what's wrong with you, darling?
Oh, I'm dying.
She's got awful chills, doctor.
Chills? Really? Well, just let me feel your pulse.
Which hand?
The left. My dear, what a beautiful wristwatch. Where did you get this cute marble?
At Tiffany's.
Is it a bad case, doctor?
It's a beauty. Now let me see your tongue, dear.
All of it?
Yes, just say ah. Oh, darling.
Doctor, is it anything serious?
What divine bridge work.
Oh, yes, it was terribly expensive. $800.
Now, doctor.
Oh, that's robbery, darling. I have the same bridge in my mouth. Only $75.
75?
Yes, he's a marvelous dentist. But you have to walk up 4 flights.
Doctor, how are her tonsils?
Please, Mr. Tittle, I'm diagnosing. Now, where were we?
You were reaching for your stethoscope.
Oh, yes. Sit up here. I'll just check up on your heart.
I'll help you.
My dear, what a beautiful nightgown.
It's imported from Chile. $45.
45? What? I saw the same nightgown at Klein's for $8.95.
$8.95?
Yes, it's a sale today only.
Oh, I'll get dressed right away.
Oh, don't bother dressing, darling. You know Klein's.
Well, I can just slip on my bathrobe and...
Yes, I'll run you down in my car.
Well, she can't go out with that fever, doctor.
Why not?
Her temperature is 106.
106 at home, yes. At Klein's, it'll only be 98.75.
Jersey City, New Jersey. Hudson County Bar Association sends resolution to Hollywood picture producers condemning manner in which lawyers are portrayed on the screen. Town Hall News shows how movies might look if moving picture lawyers insisted upon acting true to life. The scene on the set at any studio.
Quiet, everybody. Script girl.
Yes, Mr. DeHeel.
Everything ready for the next scene?
Yes, sir.
Okay, folks, everybody on the set. We'll shoot the trial scene.
Is my robe all right for the judge part, Mr. DeHeel?
Yes, Gable. Look, judges don't wear swords.
The script says it's general session. Generals wear swords, don't they?
Now, don't quibble, Gable. Now get up on the bench.
Cecil, darling.
Yes, Miss Barlow.
Do you mind if I use cod liver oil tears instead of the glycerin?
No, but don't get your tears too big for the close-ups. It'll look like your eyeballs are rolling out.
We're ready to shoot, Mr. DeHeel.
All right, now, folks, this is the big trial scene in the Wayward Attorney. Miss Barlow's on the stand telling her pitiful story. You ready, Dean?
Yes, Cecil.
Wendell Hogg, the big banker, that's you, Montgomery.
Righto, Cecil.
After the girl says you jilted her, a strange lawyer rushes into the courtroom. It's the Wayward Attorney.
That's me.
Yes, Cole.
But a lawyer wouldn't rush into a courtroom, Mr. DeHeel. Lawyers have a certain dignity, you know, even in flight.
Now, I'm directing this picture, Tone.
And I'm playing a true-to-life lawyer, DeHeel. I'm not dashing into any courtroom with my briefcase stiffened in the breeze.
Now, see here, Tone. This trial scene is costing the company $2 million. We're using 5,000 extras, 2,000 witnesses, and 800 prosecuting attorneys. You've got to protect the company's investment and play the lawyer the way it's written.
Well, if it'll save the company, I'll rush in, but I'll rush with decorum.
Okay, let's do the scene. You start the action, Judge. Camera up.
And you say this beast, Wendell Hogg, proposed to you in a phone booth?
Yes, Judge. He asked me to be his wife. Then he called Circle 7 something.
Did he get his number?
No, I got it, Judge.
Oh, you poor child. He shall pay you well. He shall pay you well.
Cut! Where is the wayward attorney? Holmes!
Yes, Mr. DeHeel.
He shall pay you well as your cue. That's where you come rushing in.
I know, but I don't have to come rushing in now. We can cut the trial scene right out of the picture.
What?
Yeah, you want the lawyer to protect the company's interest, don't you?
Yes.
I've just saved the company $2 million.
How?
I've settled the case out of court.
Now, on Saturday afternoon, the Uncle... Quiet, please. Desistez-vous, etc., n'est-ce pas?
Hello?
Well, sir, they laughed when I kept nodding at the auctioneer. They didn't know I knew his family back in South Bend. If it isn't Portland.
Yes, I'm going down to the library for Papa, so I thought I'd look in.
What does Papa want with a book? Is his fly swatter broken?
Oh, you can laugh, but Papa's well read.
Around the nostrils especially.
Oh, you can poke fun, but Papa's got his nose in a book practically all day long.
Well, you can't learn anything smelling literature.
Papa has to keep his nose in a book. He's nearsighted.
Really? How does he turn the pages? By inhaling?
No, Papa uses his tongue. He's so nearsighted, he says hello to people walking behind him.
He does, eh? Well, as the pallbearer said when he felt something stirring on his shoulder, that's life, isn't it?
I'll say, Shakespeare said, life is a game of bridge, and you never can tell when you'll meet a dummy.
You're not getting personal by any chance.
Oh, how could Shakespeare know that you'd be born?
Shakespeare, that reminds me. What did Papa have to say about the liquor war last week?
Papa wasn't interested. I think he stopped drinking.
What makes you think Papa's on the wagon?
Well, lately, he's been yelling, whoa, in his sleep.
You know, if they only made the wickets a little larger, you could use Papa's head for croquet.
Oh, I get it. You mean Papa's mallet-headed.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
What would you say?
Only this. If Papa ever goes to get his head read, the phrenologist is going to find himself behind the 8-ball.
Oh, you'll find out. Sergei!
Oh, don't bring those two. I don't...
Coming, Portlichka. Gapping on it, Boris.
Now, wait a minute, Portland. What? This is no customs office. If this fellow wants to clear his throat, if these immigrants...
Who is calling who the immigrant? Mr. Nasty Crack?
That's right, Mr. Allen. Your people didn't come over on the Mayflower, did they?
What, his people? They are coming over in a Greyhound bus. Am I smelling a rat, Boris?
What does Boris say, Sergei?
He is saying he also is smelling a rat, but it could be him.
That's the first thing we've agreed on up to now.
What did he say, Sergei?
Boris is not one to beating around the shrubbery. He is coming to the point. He says, ho, ho.
Does Boris know what mayhem means?
I will putting him to the quiz. Boris, you are catching on mayhem.
Steady,
Boris, steady.
Is it yes or no, Sergei?
It is yes. Boris to me is saying confidentially, April showers is bringing mayhem flowers.
You boys know, of course, that a punch in the septum is the same in any language.
I am not one to beginning the rough stuff, my friend, but watch out for Boris.
Is Boris a roughneck, Sergei?
A roughneck? Listen, where Boris comes from is so tough. That is why he comes from there.
Where I come from, it's so tough, Boris would wish he was back where he came from.
Oh, cut it out, fellas. Sergei's here on business.
What's his business? Hijacking sturgeon for caviar?
I am here to arrange audition for great artist, Boris.
Boris, eh? Something tells me he will.
Boris is the great Balkan tenor, Mr. Allen. Right, Boris?
Consequently...
What was that?
Boris is sending his compliments, and I shall tell you, he is hitting a high C like a gull.
Now, who ordered that? Nobody, I think.
He is warming up.
Oh, boy, wait till he perks, Mr. Allen.
I wish I had a no perking sign for about 2 minutes.
Quiet. Boris will singing for you The Road to Mandalay with cold cuts.
With cold cuts?
Excuse me, my dinner is talking back. I am meaning Road to Mandalay with shortcuts.
Does he use music or does he sing from a road map, Sergei?
Quiet. Boris would not commencing until you are hearing a pin drop.
If you hear something drop right after the pin, it'll probably be Boris.
Segway! He is starting.
And I am starting
Quiet,
too.
Chiseler. Where you think you are? Carnegie Hall? The time is right, Boris. On tiptoe I am asking you kindly. The road to Mandalay.
You can hear the patters chicken off to Tiana cross the Mahan the road to Mandalay, where the flying fishes play. And the storm comes up like thunder up to Tiana.
And we are not accepting your first offer, Shyster.
Who said anything? Who said who? Who's making an offer?
Aren't you going to take Boris, Mr. Allen?
Yes, I'm going to take Boris. I'm going to take him outside, and Sergei, too.
Good. I am leading the way.
So long, boys. Goodbye, Portland.
Tally-ho!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for those too weak to flee, we present the mighty Allen Art Players. These are the first actors to ever have the censors close a play because of vulgar language used by the audience. Tonight, these drones in the hive of theaterdom bring you a drama of the backwoods called Trombone Annie, or when the roll is called up yonder, there'll be nothing left to play on the drums. Overture, Peter.
Wake up, Zeke.
Eh?
If you ain't the mopingest critter in Arkansas, Zeke Allen,
Well?
you're getting worse than your old grandpappy.
Oh, Grandpappy warn't just lazy, Ma. He was toppy.
Oh, there's talk that when they filed off his derby to get him in the coffin, they found an owl's nest in his hair.
Yeah. Good old Grandpappy passed away at 91, relaxed.
You ain't telling me he defied rigor mortis.
Yep. Died up in our old oak tree, limp as a buggy whip.
What in tarnation was he doing up in an oak tree at 91?
Well, when Grandpappy warn't nothing but a shaver, he sat down on an acorn. By the time he got gumption enough to move, he was 91 and up a tree. Oh, quit fussing, Ma, and lift up my legs.
What you aiming to do? Cross them?
No, I ain't crossing them this time. I ain't seen our dog for nigh on to a week. I might be sitting on her.
Land, take care you ain't. Come out from under there, Annie.
Oh, Jiggers. I wished my hand was up. I'd sure enough pat old Annie.
It's only wasting time. That dog's getting too fat and lazy to wag her tail.
Oh, quit blabbing, Ma. Get about your chores.
I'm going to get all right, Zeke Allen. Our brat's gat, and I'm a-getting too.
Oh, whatever become of our kids, Ma?
What do you think become of them?
Did they leave home? I ain't been facing the door since 31.
Our sons is making good, Zeke.
Making good what? Don't end no sentence with no proposition, Ma.
All 4 of our boys is joined up in amateur units, and I'm a-joining up too.
Joining what?
Well, I ain't sure which unit, but I auditioned for the major, and I'm standing by.
So what's your speciality? Sure ain't trucking with that chassis.
My specialty is a plain hot sugar bowl. How's it? Hot diggity.
Hot dog, Ma. You're a Rubinoff on the crockery, sure enough.
Who's to the door, Zeke?
Reckon you have, Zeke. This shanty ain't no Gibraltar, you know. If folks knocks on the door around here at night, the ceiling gets into bed with me and Ma.
What's that, Mr. Bentham?
It's a telephone message for you. It comes to Tate's door.
Did you rip off the receiver and bring her with you?
No, just a message. Says, you open at Omaha tomorrow with Unit 13. Signed the Major.
Whoop-wee!
Now, see here. You ain't eloping with no Army man, Ma.
No, I'm a-going with an amateur unit, G. Where's my sugar bowl?
Get things together. Mr. Tate's waiting down the road with his flivver.
She ain't got nothing to get together. Soon's Ma slips in her false teeth, she's packed.
So long, boys. Hold me high, here I come. Whoop-dee!
Well, she's gone.
Yeah, I'm sure going to miss Ma around here, Fenton. I reckon I won't do much eating.
You ain't aiming to let your grief interfere with eating, Zeke.
No, 'tain't that. Ma's took our teeth.
If you weren't so all-fired lazy, Zeke Allen, maybe you could join up with an amateur unit yourself.
Well, maybe. I've been laying here in one spot for 10 years, hoping Ripley'd get wise to herself. If they don't, if Bob lets me down, me and Annie'll go amateur.
Annie? What can that hound dog do?
Well, confidential. Old Annie sings.
What? You're tetched, ain't you, Zeke?
No, I ain't another tetch. Ain't been tetched since I played tag the last time. I'm telling you straight out, Annie sings like a trombone.
Gospel?
Gospel, Fenton. Wait, I'll show you. Come, Annie. Now, here, Annie, got a bone for you.
She ain't moving.
You better call her, Fenton. She knows what a liar I am.
Here comes Fenton, Annie.
Up she's stirring. Now, you watch her when I start to sing. Carry me back.
Hey, hold on. Is that you singing?
What you think it is?
I thought my corduroy pants was rubbing.
Your corduroy pants ain't in F sharp. I was saying, come on, Annie. Carry me back to old Virginia. Nice going, Annie. How's that, Fenton?
Say, she ought to be with Whiteman. You ought to audition her right away.
Well, I gotta bide my time, Fenton. Annie's expecting a blessed event.
Gosh almighty. Sure is pity, too.
Yeah, but I ain't letting no grass grow under my spine, Fenton.
Yeah, you better not. Darn ticklish.
I sent me a letter up to New York, N.Y. to them amateur folks.
Hot pipple trees. For dogs sings like a trombone, they'll come a-running.
Hey, quit knocking. Lord, the mantelpiece fell down.
Yeah, there goes Dr. Townsend's picture.
Hey, come in, pull your knuckles, bust through the door.
Pardon me, buddy. Does Zeke Allen live here?
Well, I reckon he does.
Which one of you fossils is Zeke?
Zeke's the horizontal one.
Oh, the lay member, huh? Well, I'm head talent scout for the major boys.
The Major got your letter, Zeke.
He did. Did he read it? Sure enough.
Well, he couldn't read it himself. He called in a druggist.
Did the druggist uncode Zeke's writing?
Well, he gave us the gist of the letter. The postscript turned out to be 10 cents worth of Ipecac.
Sure enough.
Now, about this singing hog.
Now, it's a dog, mister.
The letter said hog.
Oh, Lord, I must have crossed my D. It's a dog, mister. Trombone Annie.
Trombone Annie, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'll audition her, and if she really sings like a trombone, I'll sign you both on the spot.
Oh, Annie'll make good, mister, but she can't sign up yet a while.
No, she's anticipating.
Hey, now, quit stalling, boys. Either she sings like a trombone or she don't. Now, where is she?
Call Annie out in the closet, Fitton.
You betcha. Here, Annie.
All pelt, Annie.
Come out here, Annie.
Hey, what are you two mossbacks doing, kidding?
She must be sleeping in the closet.
You take a squint, Fenton.
Yeah, make it snappy.
Jeepers, leapers. Hey, Zeke, look here.
What's up, Fenton?
Trombone Annie's orchestrated.
Well, what do you know? 5 bouncing puppies.
Well, unhitch my bridle and turn me loose to grass. Annie.
Say, if this has ruined her singing voice, the amateur deal is off.
Keep your beret on, mister. I'll try her out, make sure. Carry me back. Thank you and good night, ladies and gentlemen.
An hour of smiles in Town Hall tonight, folks. Fun with our star comedian Fred Allen. It's Town Hall tonight. Listen to that crowd cheer Fred Allen as he leads his weekly parade to the old Town Hall. Fred's jogging ahead of the crowd, and the mighty L&R players are running for dear life. Let's join the jubilant throng. Everybody's going. Here they come, radio fans.
Land sakes, what's all that static on the radio, Clement?
Well, that ain't static. That's what they call entertainment, Cynthia. It's Town Hall tonight.
Clock watchers.
How can you keep watching the clock while I'm proposing, silly?
I ain't gonna be late for my favorite radio show, Oswald. It's Town Hall tonight.
A certain congressman.
You're supposed to make news, Mr. Lioncheck. What do you mean by sitting still?
I always sit still on Wednesday evenings, lady. It's Town Hall tonight.
Well, here we are in front of the old Town Hall, and there's Fred, splitting infinitives for the crowd. Let's listen.
Sticks and stones may break your bones, folks, but the old Town Hall will never hurt you. Let that lady with the baby by there, mister.
Evening, lunkhead.
Hi there, Gerald. How's the old architect tonight?
Fine. I'm making plans to enjoy myself on the inside.
Go right in, Gerald. Keep a single line, folks. Jack Smart, star of New Faces, makes a personal appearance here tonight. So hurry, hurry, hurry in the other direction, folks.
We're all set, Fred.
Okay, Harry.
Presenting that super stupendous star of Sterling Stentorian Staggle Baggle, Sonora Swank, and Staccato Stingo Pingo, Fred Allen in person.
Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before I take my finger out of the knothole so that you can all take a peek at the show, I'll read you the Town Hall Bulletin for tonight. Hodge White, the merchant of venison in season, is calling your attention to the meat war he's waging on Miller's Market all this week. Hodge says Miller may be cutting prices and luring customers by hiding lamb chops in their cat meat. But Hodge is selling meat so cheap, every time he opens his icebox door, the beef tongues give him a Bronx cheer. So much for competition in the neighborhood. And now for the Town Hall News. To Harry.
I know, it's the picture sheet, Fred, and it's coming right down.
The lights go out, and we bring you the latest news of the week. The Town Hall News sees nothing, shows all. Abingdon, Virginia. Robert Porterfield, member of the Actors Repertory Theater, prepares to reopen the Barter Theater at Abingdon for the summer. Town Hall News shows what lobbies might be like if people were able to swap their fruit and vegetables for theater tickets.
All right, step right up. The Barter Theater, folks. Get in for what you've got. Here. What's that growth under your shawl there, lady?
It's a head of cabbage.
Okay, a head of cabbage gets you a seat in the balcony. Children, half price.
All right, here's a Brussels sprout for my little boy.
Okay, pass right in. The Barter Theater, folks.
What are you charging, my friends?
What have you got, meat or vegetable?
Tell him, Sarah.
We are theater lovers with a 4-pound ham.
Just right for 2 tickets in the orchestra, ma'am.
4 pounds ham. It's a lot for 2 tickets.
So what else will we do with a ham, Meyer?
You got something there. Going, Jim?
Wait a minute. Here's a sardine extra, mister.
What's the sardine for, lady?
I'm checking my coat inside.
Pass right in. See our shows for anything that grows, folks. Step right on. Here, what are you doing with that cow, Hank? Giving a theater party?
No, how much milk is it to get in?
Well, if you want to sit in the balcony, it's a quart.
Now, hold still there, Beth, till I get this pail under you.
Here, don't miss that pail and mess up the lobby, friend.
Here you are, mister.
Hey, now wait just a minute. You're not leaving your cow in the lobby.
Yep, my wife will be along in a minute. She can milk her own ticket.
Pass right in. The Barter Theater, folks.
Can I get in with this duck, mister?
You bet you can.
What's showing here tonight?
Great show tonight. Ibsen's Wild Duck.
Give me back my bird.
Wait a minute. Don't you want to see the show?
Lord, no. If I want to see a wild duck, I can tease this one up myself.
Last call. The Barter Theater, folks. Show's about to start on
Hey, can I get in with this crate of berries?
What kind you got?
Strawberries and raspberries.
Okay, here's your ticket.
Thanks.
Well, wait a minute. These are only strawberries.
I know it. You'll get my raspberries when the show starts.
Trenton, New Jersey. H. Norman Schwarzkopf, former state superintendent of police, demonstrates new talking pictures which may be used to replace old-fashioned posters for identification of dangerous criminals. Town Hall News shows new ordeal criminals may have to face when arrested. The scene, a rehearsal hall at a New Jersey jail.
Here's your prisoner, Sergeant. Get in here, ma'am.
Hey, what is this, a third degree?
Keep your handcuffs on, Murphy, and do as you're told.
I can take it, Sarge. I'd just like to know what it is I gotta take.
Now, this ain't no grilling, ma'am.
No, your Rogues Gallery talking picture's being made tomorrow morning. You're in here to rehearse. Here's your scenario.
You mean I gotta learn all these lines by tomorrow?
Yes, and you better be letter perfect.
Don't I get no prompter?
Now, look, I got 3 feet of rubber hose here that I don't use for sprinkling.
Okay, Fink. I'll know me, Pat.
All right, we'll start your rehearsal. The picture opens, ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-da, and then a voice says, crime marches on, ta-da.
That's you, Murphy.
I got it. After the second fanfare, I come on running in with me leg irons and say, hello, Soaps, this is Mayhem Murphy.
Oh, wait, that's hello, folks, not Soaps.
Well, I'd like to get a laugh on me entrance.
Now, just read your lines, Murphy, no ad-libbing.
Okay. This is Mayhem Murphy, folks, wanted in California.
Right, and then we flash to a picture of the Golden Gate.
Then I say, $200 reward.
And we cut to a long shot at a mint.
Right, now in the next scene...
Hey, what's this? It says kissing scene with Goyle.
Yeah, that's prologue to the crime you're committing.
I can't kiss no skirt for pictures, Sarge.
You're called a kissing burglar, aren't you?
Yeah, but I ain't the romantic type. I don't kiss him with me mouth. I use a blackjack.
I know that, but the Hayes office made us clean it up for pictures.
Now, you read that flirtation dialogue, Murphy.
Okay. I beg your pardon, fair damoiselle. Now, wait a minute, Sarge. That ain't Mayhem Murphy talking.
Listen, Noel Coward wrote this scene, and he knows how you gutter madcaps talk.
Fair damoiselle. Gee, if this picture's released, I'll be laughed right out of the underworld.
No artistic temperament now, Murphy. Read those lines.
Okay. I beg your pardon, damoiselle. Ain't the name Genevieve?
Now, here's where you do some real acting, Mayhem. You put your arm around her.
What am I trying to do, steal a belt buckle?
Never mind. Play the scene.
Don't turn away, Genevieve. It's your old boyhood sweetheart, Mayhem Murphy.
She says, if you don't go away, sterno breath, I'll call a cop.
Yeah, and then you say, Jen, darling, and burst into tears.
Now give it everything.
Jen, darling, boo-hoo.
That's indigestion. We want grief, ma'am. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo.
No, less boo and more hoo.
Give us real tears.
Murphy, Murphy, your lawyer's here.
What?
Your lawyer's here. Do you want to see him?
No lawyer can help me now. Get me Lubitsch.
Once again, the Town Hall News brings you the outstanding sound of the week. St. Andrews, Scotland. Lawson Little relinquishes British amateur golf title to Hector Thompson. New champion breaks par on the last hole. Breaking par.
Give me $2 for gas, Pa.
I'm broke, son.
Now, on Saturday afternoon... Oh, quiet. Here. Quiet, please. If that's some counterfeiter raising his voice...
Hello?
Well, sir, Frank Buck tittered when I scratched a match on the zebra. He didn't know I owned the merry-go-round. If it isn't Portland.
Yes, I can only stay a minute. Papa's taking me down to see the Queen Mary.
Well, I guess if a cat can look at a king, you can certainly take a gander at the Queen Mary.
Papa says it's the biggest boat on the ocean.
It's pretty big, all right. I read about a man who accidentally drove a truck through one of the portholes today.
Yes, it was in the paper. He thought the porthole was the Holland Tunnel.
You know, they ought to close up those portholes. When the tide comes in, the Weehawken ferries will be running in and out of them all night long.
Why are they building boats so big?
I don't know, unless it's to bring over sweepstake tickets.
If the Queen Mary was a little bigger, they could hold the sweepstake races right on the deck.
And that'd be a novel idea, a floating steeplechase race. They haven't looked into that yet. And they'd still have enough room left on the deck to play the Wimbledon tennis matches.
Don't you want to come down to the dock and see her?
No, you take Papa down. He can lick the champagne off the prow if it hasn't dried off since the christening.
Oh, they didn't christen the Queen Mary with a measly bottle of champagne.
You mean it was too big?
I'll say. They broke the London Aquarium over it.
They broke it? Well, that's done it as far as...
I get it.
No, you don't.
Ryan!
Now, wait a minute.
Okay, sis, I'm right on the job. Fit as a bellows and ready to blow.
I'll say. They broke the London Aquarium over it.
They broke it? Well, that's done it as far as...
I get it.
No, you don't.
Ryan!
Now, wait a minute.
Okay, sis, I'm right on the job. Fit as a bellows and ready to blow.
Will I put your sample case down here, Mr. Ant?
Yeah, set it any place, Homer. I'll give this sap a verbal going over.
Would you boys mind introducing yourselves? I hate to throw people out of here incognito.
This is Mr. Rant, Mr. Allen.
Yep, Cyril Rant, buddy. If you got nerve enough to grab hold of a live wire, put her there.
I will. If you're a live wire, I hope I've got enough iron in my system to short-circuit you.
Hey, will I slug him, Chief?
Now, no rough stuff, Homer.
Yeah, don't get Homer peeved, Bud. He's my demonstrator.
Let me run me arm down his throat for luck, Chief.
I wouldn't do any internal reaching if I were you, Homer.
Did anyone ever try to put his arm down your throat, Mr. Allen?
That's how the one-armed paper hanger got that way.
You ain't taking credit for the headless horseman, too, are you?
I never bite off more than I can chew.
Can't I just take a handful of his nose, Chief?
No, Homer. I may want to get a hold on him myself later.
I don't want to appear invincible, boys. But there's only one thing I ever started that I didn't finish.
I know. Anthony Adverse.
Hey, where does this ad voice hang out? I'll mangle him.
Take it easy, Homer.
Mr. Rant wants to see you about an automatic vacation, Mr. Allen.
What's an automatic vacation?
Open that sample case, Homer.
Okay.
Now, you see these gadgets and phonograph records, Bud?
Yes.
That's your automatic vacation, complete for $21.75.
I'll say. Anything you do at the beach or in the country, you can do right in your own home.
Well, I'll show you. Your vacation generally starts off with a horseback ride, don't it?
With the automatic vacation, you do your horseback riding indoors.
Keep wrecked.
Now, to get the effects of an hour in a saddle, you simply slip on this union suit and bounce up and down on the arm of a chair.
This suit will make you redder than any horse, Mr. Allen, and in the same places.
That's right. The legs is lined with sandpaper.
But I ride side saddle.
Yeah, I suspected that. Well, you'll take one of these here sissy union suits with a sandpaper hip.
If you like the beach, Mr. Allen, Mr. Red has a Coney Island mattress.
You just lay down.
And every 5 minutes, the mattress releases 50 fleas, and a big wet foot comes out and steps on your back.
Some hijinks, eh, buddy?
Show Mr. Allen the automatic picnic, Mr. Rat.
What happens on the automatic picnic?
Well, you shut yourself up in a closet with this gadget here.
Plug this wire into your light socket.
You slam the closet door, pull this switch here,
and bedlam breaks loose. 200 ants run up the legs of your pants. This automatic milk bottle shoots a pint of milk up each sleeve, and a rubber hot dog squirts mustard all over your shirt.
Yeah, and as you stand up this paintbrush, daubs the seat of your pants with lemon meringue.
You can't get any more action than that at a picnic, Mr. Allen.
No, but look,
Hey, do you go in for speedboat riding?
No,
Get a load of this here stay-at-home Chris Craft.
Why, that's nothing but an electric fan.
Turn it on, Mr. Allen.
You get that salt air?
Yes, it's salty, all right.
Do you like the spray?
Well, I don't... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who threw that water in my face?
That's the automatic spray, Mr. Allen.
Where was that salt air coming from?
Why, the fan's got a herring tied inside.
Yeah, every 10 revolutions, you get a quart of water right in the puss. That's your spray.
I'm not interested, boys. I don't go out much in the summer. I might take a girl out for a drive of an evening, you know.
Uh-huh. Well, how about one of our automatic sweethearts? Sit right down, Bud.
Hold this steering wheel, Mr. Allen.
All right. I'll hold the wheel. Now what happens?
You turn out all the lights in the room and put this record on the phonograph.
Then your automatic sweetheart starts. Listen.
No, I won't hold hands. No, don't put your arm around me. You keep both hands on the wheel. No, I never kiss strange men. No, I never kiss. No, I never kiss. No, I never kiss. No,
Turn
I
that
never
thing
kiss.
off, will you?
What's wrong, Mr. Allen? Don't you like the automatic vacation?
Well, we ain't overlooked nothing, have we, Bud?
Only one thing, boys. I don't get any vacation this summer.
Why, I knew he was wasting our time, Homer.
And mine too, boys. So long, Portland.
Tally ho!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, as part of a nationwide campaign to see if you can take it, we bring you the Mighty Allen Art Players. This is the first company to ever sit back on its laurels and arise to find every member of the cast covered with poison ivy rash. Tonight they bring you an episode from the Real Story Court. It's called Murder in the Chop House. Or it isn't the overhead that worries the waffle shop owner, it's the turnover. Overture, Peter.
Once again, we take you to the Real Story Court, ladies and gentlemen. The scene of tonight's real story is laid in the wild and woolly little ranch town of Whipple Tree, Arizona. The Real Story Court is in session.
Order in the court, please. Next case.
People of the state of Arizona versus Trapper Allen.
And the charge is?
Murder.
Order, please. First witness.
Amy Flank.
Yes, Judge. I'm the cashier down at the Wet Dog Cafe.
What happened, Amy?
Well, this cowboy comes in the Wet Dog and orders the blue plate lunch. The waiter brought him his blue plate and 2 shots rang out.
And the waiter dropped dead?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who fired those fatal shots, Amy?
That fiend there, Trapper Allen.
Are you guilty or not guilty, Trapper Allen?
I reckon I'm guilty, Judge. Do I get the chair?
Well, no. We're cutting down on our electric bills. So I'm shooting all convicted criminals from the bench.
It's mighty one-sided, Judge.
Before I seal your doom, Trapper, have you anything to say?
I couldn't help that murder, Judge. You wouldn't mow me down if you only knew my story.
Well, we ain't killing no innocent men in the Real Story Court, Trapper Allen. Tell us your story.
Well, I was born on the range, Judge. My folks were so poor, the mice just used our house for a shortcut. My pa, Wolf Allen Sr., drank so much, he used to wear casters on his suspenders. So when he fell down, the bartender could wheel him home. One night when I was about frying size, Pa comes home roaring plaster.
Whoopee! Drunk again, Wolf Allen.
Yippee, so am I.
Quit yowling, Wolf. Little Trapper's abed.
Oh, go sizzle your fat.
That ain't fit talk for childish ears, Wolf Allen.
Ah, go hang up your hide.
If you're a-going on blaspheming, Wolf Allen, I'm stuffing Little Trapper's ears.
Stuffing them with what?
I'll get out to the corral and tear some wool off in a sheep. I can stuff Little Trapper's ears with that.
Then get for Tomp your apron.
I'll get.
And that was the last I ever seen of Ma, Judge.
She skedaddled, Trapper?
No, Judge. One of our sheep kicked Ma on the head, and she died of ramifications. Well, soon as I could operate a safety pin, I left home and went to school. The happiest years of my life were spent in the little old 4th grade. I was fixing to marry the teacher, but one day we had a spelling bee.
Oh, quiet, scholars. We'll start our spelling bee.
I can spell dog, teacher.
All right, Xenia, spell dog.
Capital D-O-G.
What's the capital for, Xenia?
It's a big dog, teacher.
Quiet, scholars. Trapper Allen.
Oh, yes, teacher.
Spell lamb.
L-A-apostrophe-M.
Why, Trapper Allen, 15 years in my class and you can't spell lamb.
Well, you don't have to get personal upon Miss Tot.
Don't get your bristles up, Trapper.
Oh, you ain't so smart. You're still in the 4th grade yourself.
Well, I'm the teacher, ain't I?
Oh, you can't prove it by me. I ain't learned nothing yet.
You clear out of this school, Trapper Allen. Our engagement is broken. Goodbye.
Well, there I was. Ma killed by a sheep, my engagement broke, and stampeded out of school 'cause I couldn't spell lamb. I was beginning to get sheep conscious, Judge. I went to Minneapolis to forget. Then I went to St. Paul to forget.
You went to St. Paul to forget?
Yes, to forget Minneapolis. Then I fell in love again, Judge. She was a bubble dancer. I told her I'd get a soap pipe and we'd set up housekeeping. She promised to blow with me. It was on a Saturday night. I went down to her house to elope. I whistled up to the window. Hey, Mona! Hey, Mona!
Hey, what you yelling about, stranger? Who are you?
I'm Trapper Allen. I'm here to haul bride.
A haul what? Where's your wagon?
I come to elope with Mona.
Well, you're too late, buddy. My daughter Mona's eloped.
Eloped?
Yep, she run off with an actor. Mona's a sucker for spat.
Didn't she leave no address?
Yeah, you can write Mona General Delivery, care of Sheepshead Bay.
Sheepshead Bay, Judge. Sheep had crossed me again. I took all my money and went to New York City. I figured in my crude way, if I could make a fortune, I could win Mona back. I went right to Wall Street. I was hankering to plunge. I walked plumb into the first bucket shop on Wall Street.
You want to buy stock, stranger?
Yes, I'm Trader Allen, a big plunger from Flushing.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. Well, what's your pleasure?
I gotta make a quick fortune, stranger. What stocks can I buy?
Consolidated Fire Hose. It's a hot tip.
Is the country expecting a lot of fires?
No, now this is confidential, trader.
Yeah?
All the lakes are leaking into Boulder Dam.
Yeah.
Water pressure's so low, people will have to use fire hose to pump water into their houses.
Well, here's my poke. $60,000. Every cent I've got in the world.
Okay, now you own 1,000 shares of Consolidated Fire Hose.
Lucky old Western me.
Yes, indeed. Let's get on over to the ticker, Trapper, and we can watch Consolidated Fire Hose go up.
Okay, in a couple of minutes, I'll let you know how it feels to be a millionaire.
Yes, sir. Here it is. Fire Hose, 60 even.
60? Down to 42.
What's this?
What's what?
Consolidated Fire Hose down to 2.
Can't go no lower.
It's 1. It's nothing.
It's -2. I'm wiped out.
Wiped out? You owe me $400.
And there I was, Judge, a bum.
Ah, but for once you couldn't blame your misfortune on sheep.
Well, that's where you're wrong, Judge. Why do you think Consolidated Fire Hose went down?
Why?
Some tinkering fool invented the hydraulic ram. It was still my sheep, Jinx, Judge. I was fleeced. I couldn't sleep. They finally carried me to a doctor. The doctor said...
You haven't slept for 2 months, Trapper?
I can't even close an eye to wink, Doc.
There's only one way you can ever get to sleep.
You mean?
Yes, you'll have to count sheep.
Sheep! Sheep!
Here, put down that gun.
Sheep! Sheep!
And you killed that doctor.
I had to, Judge. Sheep had killed my ma, got me chucked out of school, cost me my gal, and made me a bum. That's why I come out here to Arizona to cow country. I wanted to spend the rest of my life where I could never see another sheep.
But why did you shoot that waiter at the Wet Dog Cafe?
Judge, when I looked down at my plate and seen that snake had brought me chef's special ragu and casserole, I just seen red.
Well, what is chef's special ragu and casserole?
Lamb stew.
Ah, yours is a pitiful story, Trapper Allen.
Yes, Judge.
I hate to shoot you, Trapper, but it's the law of the range.
As man to man. Do I look guilty standing here, Judge?
Well, not exactly guilty, Trapper. You look sheepish to me.
Sheepish? Not that. No! No! Not sheepish, Judge.
Yes, Trapper, sheepish.
Then go ahead and shoot, Judge. Shoot!
This is Fred Allen saying good night, ladies and gentlemen, until next Wednesday night when you're all invited to join us for another hour of smiles at the Old Town Hall. And don't forget, only 27 more days to stoop, Nagel, and Bud. Good night.
It's Town Hall tonight, folks. Fun with our star comedian, Fred Allen. It's Town Hall tonight. Listen to that crowd cheer Fred Allen as he leads his weekly parade to the old Town Hall. Let's join this merry throng. Everybody's going. Here they come, housewives.
What's cooking on the stove, Sarah? I smell something burning.
Well, it'll have to keep burning till this radio program's over, Henry. It's Town Hall tonight.
Kiddies.
Here, Rollo, are you turning that clock ahead?
Yes, Ma. I'm making time fly so I can turn on the radio. It's Town Hall tonight.
Old maids.
What have old maids got to look forward to at our age, Winnie?
There's one thing we can look forward to on Wednesdays, Virginia. It's Town Hall tonight.
Here we are before the old Town Hall, and there's Fred with a basket of invectives to hurl at troublemakers. Let's listen.
Life on the ocean wave is life on the bounding deep, folks. But life at the Old Town Hall, is life at its best. Women and children first there, please.
Hi there, Leatherlung.
Hi, Joe. I thought you'd gone out to the Cleveland Convention.
No, sir. I'm singing Susanna at home and saving the fare.
And you can sit home and have a front row seat at the Old Town Hall, folks. All you need is 2 ears and a little time.
Can I go in your amateurs, mister?
You bet, son. What do you do?
I swallow bicarbonate and things like Bing Crosby.
Make up your mind, son, and go right in.
Presenting that jocular gypsy of jack-a-dandy jest, joyful junkets, and juvenile jargon jugglery, Fred Allen in person.
Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we place our hands on the Ouija board to find what message Joe Miller is about to bring us this evening, I'll read you the Town Hall Bulletin for tonight. Hodge White, Dervish of Delicatessen, is calling your attention to his monster Florida fruit on display this week only. Hodge says he's got bananas so big, one of the skins would line a toboggan slide. Orange is so large, it only takes 3 of them to make a dozen. And if Sally Rand... Stop it. Let us have order here, if nothing else. And if Sally Rand ever loses her balloon, Art says she can dance behind one of his grapes, and if it wasn't for the seeds, nobody would ever know the difference. So much for tropical small talk, and now for the town hall news. The curtain, Harry.
It's coming right down, Fred.
Thank you. You're slowing up, Harry. It used to come down much quicker. The lights go out, and we bring you the latest news of the week. The town hall news sees nothing, shows all. Elkton, Maryland. Town of Elkton passes ordinance prohibiting swearing in or about places of business. Proprietors who permit blaspheming on their premises will be prosecuted. Town hall news shows anti-swearing law in effect. The scene, a hardware store at Elkton, Maryland.
Hi, Lem.
Hi, Waldo. How's the old constable?
I'm here to enforce the new swearing orders, Lem.
Well, I ain't swearing.
Tain't you as your hardware customers.
Can't answer from a trade.
The law says tain't the swearer that's responsible. It's the party running the place where the Billingsgate's committed.
It's mighty crude legislating.
Well, law's law. And the first customer catch swearing on your premises, Lem Swivel, off you go to the hooch now.
Well, here's customer now.
I'll hide behind this turpentine.
Morning, Mrs. Green.
Good morning, Lamb. Give me a can of lye.
You making soap?
No, I got some grease in my sink. It's damming the drain.
Hold on. You're under arrest.
Who's that baying?
I'm the law. Somebody said damning. Get your things on, Lem.
Lamb didn't say nothing. I said it.
Besides, ain't swearing.
Yeah, my sink stopped up. The grease is there.
Now, hold on. You can't say damning.
All right. The grease is naughty wording it.
Well, that's different.
Here's your light, Mrs. Green.
Thank you and good day.
That was a mighty close call for you, Lem.
Coming close ain't getting, Waldo.
Yeah, but I'll get you before sundown. Here's another customer. I'll hide again.
What can I do for you, mister?
Give me a 25-cent hammer.
Here you be.
Hey, is this handle straight?
Straight as a congressman's face.
Well, give me a tack and I'll try it out.
Here's a Brad. Now go to town.
Yeah. Ow, my finger. I'll be at 30.
Not in here, you won't. Now you try that hammer outside.
Hey, you the boss? I'm in a hurry.
You looking for hardware, stranger?
Yes, I want to get a couple of gadgets to go on these here thingamajigs.
I can fix you up all right.
Wait a minute. What are these things I've got here?
Well, them's bolts.
Bolts? What are these other things that fit on the end?
Oh, they're just things.
Well, I know, but what are they called?
Well, just round things.
Oh, you're stubborn, eh? Well, listen here, brother. Either you tell me what they're called or you lose the sale.
Come on out, Constable.
You bet. I'm right on the job, Lem.
Get ready to lock me up.
You ain't said nothing yet.
No, we ain't even answered the question. What are these things that fit over boats?
Nuts. Now take me away, Constable.
Washington, D.C. The National League of Women Voters warns that married women who work are in danger of losing their jobs in near future. Town Hall News, in effort to help, shows how married woman using strategy may save her office job. The scene, a big business office.
Good morning, Marge.
Good morning, Mr. Sills.
Are you ready for dictation?
Yes, kiss me and we'll get started.
Now, just wait. I'll put this pillow on my lap and you'll be more comfortable.
Yes, I was horseback riding over the weekend.
All right. Are you comfy?
Uh-huh.
Now, this first letter's United Doorbell Company. Gentlemen.
Well, Humbert Filth.
My wife.
Shall I rise?
No, keep your seat.
Haven't you any shame, young lady?
Now, see here, Beulah. It's only a little inter-office necking.
Oh, I don't mind this hugging and kissing.
Then what are you yelling about?
She's un-American. She's a married woman usurping a single woman's job.
Oh, Marge. How could you?
It ain't true, Mr. Sills. Honest, it ain't true. You deny that you're married? I was married. I shot my husband this morning.
I knew Marge was on the level.
So sorry, Marge. It was my mistake. Then I'm not fired? Certainly not. Get back on my husband's lap and go to work.
New York City, New York. Prominent educator in radio talk says that parents of gifted children should not lavish attention on them. Gifted child, if flattered, tends to become precocious and mature beyond years. Town Hall News shows how parents should act. The scene, the living room at the home of Mr. and Mrs. Rondelay Hunk.
You seen my pipe, Celeste?
Yes, it's right there under the Daily Worker.
Okay. Where's Junior?
He's up on the roof doing his homework in astronomy.
He's a smart kid, all right.
Oh, we mustn't spoil him, Ronnie.
Well, the kid's brilliant, ain't he? And I'm his father, ain't I?
Yes, but two wrongs don't make a right.
Well, who said so?
A big professor. He says parents with gifted children mustn't praise them.
You mean to get swelled-headed?
Yes. Our Junior is gifted. We've got to be careful.
Why, if that little punk ever hi-hats me, I'll gavotte him.
Quiet. He's coming downstairs. We'll snub him.
Good evening, Peter. Good evening, Mater.
Hello.
May I have a nickel, Terence?
For what?
I must phone Einstein immediately. I've just discovered 2 flaws in his theory.
That makes me an elk.
If you pay your dues, yes.
It would be the depths of ill-breeding to phone Einstein and reverse the charges.
It says here the Brooklyn Dodgers lost again today.
As if it wasn't for the law of gravity, Brooklyn might be on top.
Who's gravity pitching for the Giants?
Oh. With all due filial respect, Peter, I'm afraid you're confusing the issue.
Oh, quit insulting your father, Junior. Read Popeye.
But after all, I'm gifted, Mother. There's a rumor running wild around the Union League Club that I'm another Zion check.
Listen, I'm trying to read, Pest.
Yes, Junior, sit down and keep quiet.
Oh, very well. I shall withdraw to my laboratory and split an atom.
Yes, scram.
Oh, is that from the Latin Wany Weedy Scrammy?
No, it's from the heart. Beat it.
Yes, sir.
Well, that ought to take some of the starch out of him.
Going to split an atom.
What's an atom?
I don't know. It must be one of them things you put in atomizers.
It's too bad Junior's gifted. He don't seem like one of the family.
If he comes back again, don't even talk to him.
The little know-it-all.
Look, Mater.
Ignore him, Celeste.
See, Peter, I'm going to split an atom.
Pretend you're asleep, Ronnie.
I simply pour the permanganate into this nitroglycerin.
Jumping Julep! He blew the side out of the house.
Look, our piano's up in that tree.
Why, the little genius!
Don't lose your temper, Ronnie. Ignore him.
Ignore him? Where is he?
See that blue surge spot on the ceiling?
Yeah?
That's Junior.
Now on Thursday afternoon, Congressman Tinker Pratt will speak here at the town hall. Quiet. Yeah, tut. Quiet, please. If that's some hog caller practicing, wait for the echo and take it on the run yourself.
Hello?
Well, sir, they laughed when Eve walked into the Garden of Eden. They didn't know Adam had been ribbing. If it isn't Portland.
Yes, Papa found 3 tickets for a movie, and he wants to know if you'll join us.
No, tell him to keep looking. If he can find 3 for Grant's tomb, I'd rather see that.
Don't you like the movies?
Well, some of them are all right. I saw a picture the other night that was so bad a cloud fell over the theater.
Oh, why should a bad picture draw clouds?
I guess the sky didn't even want to give it 1 star.
What do those signs mean on a theater when it says double feature?
It means the theater has 2 exits.
Gosh, you certainly get your money's worth at the movies these days.
Unless you happen to look at the screen, yes.
You know, there's a theater out our way where you get 3 feature pictures, Bank night, your suit press, and a 10-year endowment policy for 15 cents before 9 o'clock.
The first theater that serves ham and eggs at the morning show is going to revolutionize show business.
They could just run the pictures in cafeterias and save all that trouble.
I wish someone would run you into a cafeteria for the...
I get it. That's my cue.
Yes, it was intended to be sort of a compound hint.
You'll find out. Mr. Wade!
Now, don't bring those...
Mr. Wade!
Yes, coming. Dear me, what's all this turmoil? You don't have to raise your voice to call Rover Boy Weems. Just beckon and I react like a startled gazelle.
How do you beckon in reverse? Does anybody know how?
Oh, dear, listen. I do so revel in a bit of harmless chit-chat, Mr. Allen.
Didn't you bring some of the boys from camp, Mr. Weems?
Oh, dear me, so I did. I'd quite forgotten. Attention, boys. Forward, march. Halt. Salute. Parade, rest.
Are you calling those two pasty-faced kids a parade?
May I retort with venom, Chief?
No, Tenderfoot Tetley. You are a Rover boy, first, last, and always.
Sorry, Chief.
Yes, don't lose your temper, Tenderfoot.
No, what do we do when we're about to give verbal vent to our feelings, Tenderfoot?
We recite our Rover Boy pep poem. It's called Control.
I'm the one who needs control here.
Why, you big lantern George Lummox?
What are we saying, Tenderfoot?
We're doing all right, Mr. Weems. What comes after Lummox, Tenderfoot?
Why, that baggy jowled hillbilly.
Tenderfoot, we'd better recite.
Okay. Control. A Rover boy, when his anger mounts, never speaks, he stops and counts. He never utters that nasty word. He doesn't give a resounding voice.
What does the Rover boy do, Tenderfoot?
He counts to 10 while his anger is mounting.
And if he's still mad at 10?
He keeps on counting.
Bravo, Tenderfoot, bravo.
I'll say, but with Mr. Allen, you may have to count up to 100.
Now, wait a minute. Who gave this sawed-off Edgar Guest the use of the hall?
Listen, Hammerhead. If I wasn't a Rover boy...
Tenderfoot?
1, 2, 3, 4...
Don't bother counting, Tenderfoot. I'm no Rover boy. I can tell him.
Look, I'm no Rover boy, and I can tell all of you. What's going on here?
Chief Weems is inviting you to spend your vacation with the Rover boys at Topsail Fair.
Ah, yes. Join us for a rollicking summer in Leafy Dale. Beard the opossum in his lair. Ford the babbling brook. Learn to speak the language of the flowers.
I'm talking to a daffodil right now.
Camp life will make you a boy again, Mr. Allen.
Make me a boy again. Look, I'm getting so childish now, the tailor's pressing my pants with 3 corners.
Childish. Why, I've seen better heads than yours on a can of beer.
Tenderfoot. Why, the very idea.
Why, if I thought that, yeah.
Tenderfoot, control.
Tell Mr. Allen about a day at camp, Chief.
Oh, a day at camp, of course. Well, we rise at the crack of dawn for toothbrush drill. Then a busy morning studying our little feathered friend. Then lunch. And we are ready for our nap.
How about demonstrating the nap right now?
Don't interrupt, Mr. Allen. What follows lunch, Chief?
Well, after toothpick touche, a hectic afternoon at wigwagging, and then piggledy-wiggledy straight to our tent for flap maneuvers.
What a day! Hey, Mr. Allen.
What? No leapfrog?
Leapfrog is optional.
Yeah, but it's after supper the fun begins.
Oh, yes, indeed. I give a bonfire chat. It's fun when I raise my voice, eh, Tenderfoot?
King, Chief.
What happens after the bonfire chat, Chief?
Well, after I've convulsed the lads with Peter Rabbit's story, the Rover Boy band plays a rousing selection.
We have a surprise for you, Chief.
Oh, really, Tenderfoot?
Yeah, Rover Jones and I have our instruments with us.
Oh, boy, how about a tune?
May we, Chief?
Well...
Say yes, Chief.
Oh, all right. Let us have our old favorite, Rovers, the elephant and the fly. 1, 2... that was swell indeed. And now, Tenderfoot Allen, something tells me you're going to join the Rover Boys.
You're right, Chief. I'm going to join you three as far as the door.
Why, you little moron, you...
Tenderfoot.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Carry on, boys. So long, Portland.
Tally ho!
This is Fred Allen saying good night, ladies and gentlemen, until next Wednesday night, when you're all invited to join us again for a full hour of smiles at the Old Town Hall. Good night.
An hour of smiles in Town Hall tonight, folks. Fun with our star comedian Fred Allen. It's Town Hall tonight. Listen to that crowd cheer Fred Allen as he leads his weekly parade to the Old Town Hall. Fred's telling the one about the two Irishmen and those histrionic marvels, more hiss than histrionic. The mighty Allen Art players are bringing up the rear. Let's join this shouting throng. Everybody join. Here they come, mob victims.
You say the mob is lynching a man, Mrs. Perkins?
Yes, he broke every radio in the village, and it's Town Hall tonight.
Bonus Buddy.
Hey, Martin, the mailman's at the door with your bonus.
Tell him he'll have to come back in the morning, Mabel. It's Town Hall tonight.
Hollywood celebrities.
Understood, everybody. Where is Mickey Mouse?
Mickey just crawled into the radio, Mr. Lubitsch. It's Town Hall tonight.
And here we are in front of the Old Town Hall, and there's Fred warming up for his octave jumping contest. Let's listen.
Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. I'm on my way to the Old Town Hall. Check your sunflowers and go right in, folks.
Wendy?
Hi there, Rentham. Snickers, titters, and laughs on the inside, folks.
Can I sit down in the front, mister?
Not unless you're double-jointed, lady, no. There's high and low jinks on the inside, folks, so hurry, hurry, hurry.
And we're presenting that omniscient old pavard onomatopoeia, overpowering opera, and oyas, 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 Fred Allen in person.
Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we give you a taste of the abundant life, as the abundant life goes in radio, I'll read you the Town Hall Bulletin for tonight. Arch White at the Bidewee filling station says some vandal cut about 3 feet off the hose on the gas tank, and curb service will be discontinued temporarily. Now, Hard says if you're stuck for gas, you'll just have to back in over the sidewalk, jack up your rear end, and there's just about enough hose left to make the tank. Quiet, please, during these announcements, if you will. So much for a nozzle kleptomania in our midst. And now for the Town Hall news. The curtain, Harry.
Coming right down, Fred.
The lights go out, and we bring you the latest news of the week. The Town Hall News sees nothing, shows all. Chicago, Illinois. Members at National Retail Dry Goods Conference discuss methods of discharging employees painlessly without using those harsh words, "You're fired." Town Hall News shows how dry goods firms may dismiss employees painlessly in the near future. The scene, a business office.
Did you ring Mr. Wombat?
Yes, Miss Craig. There's another mistake in the statement this month.
Really?
Get Mr. Tittle, our auditor, in here. I'll fire him on the spot.
Have you decided how to dismiss him?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, as a member of the National Retail Dry Goods Association, you're pledged to discharge employees painlessly.
Oh, that's right. I'd forgotten. Well, buzz for Dr. Bond, the firm psychologist.
Yes, sir.
He'll advise me. He's my expert on painless firing.
Come in, Dr. Bond.
Doc, how can I discharge my auditor, Tittle?
Tittle? Oh, yes. Case 14B is subnormal. You'll have to be very careful with Tittle.
Careful?
Ultra discreet. According to my chart, Tittle's a walking rendezvous of phobias.
I don't get technical, Doc. Just tell me how to give him the skids.
Without hurting his feelings.
Well, now, Tittle is a definite neurotic type dominated by a methodical neurosis. He never deviates from his set routine.
Don't beat around the cerebellum, Doc. How do I fire this bum?
You will have to go over a phase of his methodical life and hint with psychological cunning that his routine is about to be altered.
Oh, I get the idea, Doc. Send Tittle in here.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you keep him and save all that trouble?
I'll fire Tittle if I have to sneak the business out from under him.
You summoned me, Chief?
Yes, Tittle, sit down.
No, thanks. I never sit down till noon when I go out to lunch.
You're a methodical employee, Tittle.
Oh, yes, Mr. Wombat. Every morning for 20 years, I've gotten up at 7:12 promptly, taken the 8:05 religiously, and hung up my hat in this office at 9:01 promiscuously.
I know you pass my desk every day at 12, too.
Yes, I'm on my way to clear my throat before lunch.
You have a routine afternoon, too, I dare say?
Oh, yes. At 1:07, I sharpen my pencil and work like a beaver until 3:09.
What happens at 3:09?
I wipe my glasses. Then I work like a ferret until 5:10.
And at 5:10?
You pass my desk on the dot, Mr. Wombat, and I wave good night. I've been waving good night to you at 5:10 for 20 years.
Yes, that's why I called you in here, Tittle.
Aren't you passing my desk on time tomorrow?
Yes, Tittle. I will pass at 5:10 as usual.
Yes, Mr. Wombat.
But you, Tittle, won't be there.
New York City, New York. At College of Physicians and Surgeons reunion, doctors who have practiced 40 years claim that young doctors today have less personal interest in their patients. Town Hall News shows great difference between the old family doctor and the modern physician. First, the year 1896, old Dr. Jones.
Oh, I'm a goner, Mandy. Get old Doc Jones.
I sent for Doc yesterday, Hiram. Reckon he'll be along for nightfall.
Oh, what's keeping him?
That's Doc now. I'll let him in. Come right in, Doc. I'll hold your stomach pump.
Tidings, Mandy. Who's ailing?
Hiram was took queer yesterday. He's yonder in the bed.
Well, hi. Got touched colic?
I'm a goner, Doc. I can hear angels' wings a-flapping.
Well, maybe it's a devil swishing his tail.
You better prescribe, Doc. Better prescribe. The devil's apt to swing it.
Turn over, Hiram. I'll get your pulse.
Just look at that sheet. I told you to cut your toenails high.
Here, now put this thermometer under your tongue, Hi.
Oh.
What you been doing for him, Mandy?
Well, first I thought it was toe main, so I put hot applications to his toes. That drove the pain up to his chest.
It turned to angina, likely.
Maybe. So I slapped a mustard plaster onto his short ribs, and that drove it up into his head.
Isolated it. Yes, good work.
Then I hung High's head out the side of the bed. I thought maybe the pain would drop out onto the floor.
What followed?
His upper plate.
Oh. Now turn the thermometer loose, Hi.
Oh.
He's running the temperature, 140.
Oh, what's he got, Doc?
Looks like scarlet fever to me.
Scarlet fever. That's catching, ain't it?
I ain't sure. I'll let you know tomorrow.
You're going home to work on the case, Doc?
No, I'm getting into bed with a patient. Move over, Hi.
Ah, but how different is the family doctor of today? The year 1936, young Dr. Jones.
Oh, come right in, Doctor.
Who's sick?
It's my husband. He's right in here.
Oh.
Now, what's the matter with you, sissy?
I don't know. Every time I get up, I get dizzy. What'll I do?
Don't get up. $10, please.
Once again, the Town Hall News brings you the outstanding sound of the week. New York City, New York. Father's Day Committee officially proclaims Sunday, June 21st, to be Father's Day. Don't forget next Sunday. Have a little present and a kind word for your pop. Your pop. And confidentially, ladies and gentlemen, that isn't the first time a little bird has been heard on these premises. Now, on Saturday morning, the puppet players... Mr. Quiet, please. If that's some tree surgeon rooting,
Hello?
Well, sir, they laughed when I pulled the chair out from under the hostess. They didn't know I was from the furniture company. If it isn't Portland.
Yes, our hiking club meets tomorrow, and I just came out to buy some shorts.
Say, you better get some long pants, too.
Why?
There comes a time in the life of every girl when she has to walk through Yonkers. Yonkers, you know, has banned bare limbs.
Yes, they say that even the restaurants there are serving leg of lamb in bloomers.
Gee whiz, imagine. Well, it's the girl's own fault. People were laughing themselves to death up there over weekend.
Some of the girls do look funny, all right.
I saw a girl in shorts yesterday. I thought it was the front end of a Queen Anne table running amok.
Girls have certainly changed a lot since Grandma's day.
Yes, they dress differently, too. All the girls used to wear bustles.
That's right. A girl today is on her own.
And those high blood pressure fingernails. The modern girl looks as though she's been dunking in ketchup.
Oh, you're like a lot of men. You think beauty is only skin deep.
Why, if fellas could see some of their beautiful girlfriends early in the morning, the world would be chock full of bachelors.
That's what you think. Plenty of milkmen are still proposing.
You think so, hey? I know, and this is still leap year, so if you just start leaping towards home...
Oh, no, you don't. Mr. Roscoe!
Oh, no, don't.
Elmer!
Okay, sis, stand back, folks. You're about to see the man of the hour. Right this way, Elmer.
I'm coming. Where's the water pitcher? I can't make a speech without a water pitcher.
Now, just sit down and cool your hips, Elmer. I'll take care of the speech.
Say, what is this?
Mr. Allen.
My friend.
Leave me out of that. I'm no friend.
Hey, quit that heckling, buddy. This is a political rally.
Yeah, that's how we start all our speeches.
Go ahead, Mr. Rangel.
My friend.
Friends, you've got about as many friends as a seagull in a clam bed.
Now, listen here, Punchinello. I'm sounding the keynote in Elmer's campaign.
Yes, Elmer's running for president, Mr. Allen.
My friends, you're gazing on the people's choice. Elmer Lubber, the fourth party candidate.
Elmer's a Republican, Mr. Allen.
Right. If you ain't satisfied with either party, we give you Elmer.
Yeah, have a cigar. Corn silk.
Corn silk is right. Elmer's a farm boy at heart, born in a log cabin, likes to fish, looks at home in Indian feathers. He'll make a great president.
Has Elmer got a plank, Mr. Rangel?
What's he using for a head? If that isn't the end of a plank, I'll munch my fedora.
Yeah, no cracks, renegade. My friends, what this country needs is a man who'll walk around the White House in his stocking feet.
Yeah, your feet don't scratch the top of the desk when you're working.
Gosh, does Elmer always go around in his stocking feet?
Does he? Listen, sis, I got to Novocaine his feet to get shoes on him.
How did you get that derby on him? With a local anesthetic?
And now, see here, you watch your tongue, Radical.
Don't pay no attention to him, Elmer. The party who designed the Holland Tunnel got the idea from the opening in this guy's face.
Why, if morons had to be on leashes, you and Elmer would be tugging at each other.
Oh, stop it, Mr. Allen.
Yeah, remember, a knock's as good as a boost. Mix them up.
What's your first move if you get elected, Elmer?
Well, for a starter, I'm for upholstered shovel handles. If I'm elected, working men can lean on their shovels without skinning their arms.
Elmer's for muted factory whistles, too.
Yes, factory whistles are too shrill, Mr. Rangel.
That's the whole trouble. Factory whistles are waking up a lot of people who ain't working. Once they wake up, they're tossing and turning in bed for the rest of the day.
But what about the farmer?
Farmers will have to plant their seeds upside down.
Right. Instead of plowing under, the crops grow down into the ground and you can forget about them.
What about monopolies?
Why, if folks want to play Monopoly, I'll let them.
What about the budget?
What's the budget?
You'll find out as soon as Elmer's elected.
I've heard of it. It's something you can't balance, ain't it?
Yes, it's like a bow tie. You can't make both ends meet.
Say, what's this bag of lard going to do about inflation?
I ain't decided yet, Mr. Fancy Mouth. I might do away with money altogether.
You mean people would barter, Elmer?
He's toying with a great idea. Using meat for money. Cold cuts would be frozen assets.
Well, you don't... You don't think people are going around with their pockets full of chipped beef for small change, do you?
No, I don't. With my plan, people would only have to carry a liverwurst and a jackknife.
I get it. They'll slice off what they spend.
Elmo, bring back the Indian, too.
You bet. They were the first race to live in the red. I'm going to grill the first Indian I meet.
Well, don't look at me. You don't think I'm an Indian, do you?
Why, if you were shooting off your mouth in a chair, I wouldn't know you from Sitting Bull.
My friends, I am the people's choice. I ain't promising people nothing.
And my friends, Elmo lived down to his promises.
Don't you think they can use a man like Elmer in Washington, Mr. Allen?
Not unless Mr. Zioncheck is getting lonesome, no.
I get it. Come on, fellas.
Why, you...
And that goes for me, too.
Well, beat it, Pork Barrel. So long, Portland.
Sally ho!
Another end of the mighty gas pipe organ theme played by Colonel Stoopnagle, ladies and gentlemen. And now the Colonel himself comes to the microphone.
I'd better not stray too far away from the organ, Bud.
Well, why not, Colonel?
I might get an encore.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yeah. You'd better stay handy, to coin a phrase. Ladies and gentlemen, the Colonel will not be able to come to the microphone. At this time, however, rather than go on with the entertainment, we're going to bring the microphone to the Colonel.
Thank you, Bud. Certainly seems funny to take over the Fred Allen program for the summer and not get any applause.
Yeah, well, no wonder. I forgot to hold up the applause sign.
Where is it?
Well, it's right here under those fan letters you're going to mail as soon as we finish.
All right. I'll just finish my organ solo, Bud, and you hold up the applause sign.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stoopnagle and Bud.
Yes, welcoming Stoopnagle and Bud to the town hall program.
Say, what is the going on?
I don't know. Who are these?
Listen, well, wait a minute. What's going on here, Fred?
Harry, I just stepped out for a smoke. I heard that applause.
Well, what started the applause?
Well, I held up the applause card.
Hey, listen, wait a minute. What do you think this is? People running in and out. The Valley program? Listen, young man, who told you to get gay with the fixture?
Well, I did. That is, I didn't tell him to get gay. I just said, quote, hold up the applause card, Bud, unquote.
Yeah. And then I held it up just like this.
Here, put that down. Put that card down. You don't want the folks here in the town hall applauding for nothing, do you?
Yes, go back over and sit down until your names are called on the amateur contest.
Yes.
What amateur contest? Where's Stoopnagle and Bud?
Who? Stoopnagle and Bud.
You're in the wrong room, boys. The 40-cent tours start on the second floor.
Yes, I don't know whether you fellas know it or not, but this is the Ipana and Salopatica program.
Of course. We're not selling Stoopnagles and Buds. You couldn't say I bud for the smile of beauty and Sala Stoopnagle for the smile of health.
Well, we're not products. We're just little old Stoopnagle and Bud, the, comedians.
Yeah. The cut-ups, funny stuff on short notice.
Yes, well, I'm sorry, boys. I've never heard of you.
No, me either. You don't look like comedians to me. Comedians are always thin, worried, and shaky. Now look at you two fellas. You look too fat and contented.
Wait a minute. I think I lost my, where am I here?
On tape.
Oh, yes. Say that last line again.
All right, no trouble. Yes, we give you that service here.
I like that last one.
You don't, are you ready?
Yeah.
You don't look like comedians to me. Comedians are always thin and worried. Now take you fellas there. You look too fat, sleek, and contented.
Yeah, I know, but we've been on sustaining.
Yeah, that's right. We're comedians, though. Listen, who was that lady I seen you with? Doesn't that mean anything to you two fellas? Huh?
It means I don't think that other one was worth doing over now that we did it. Yes, who was that lady I seen you with? It means you've been listening to the radio.
I'll tell you, maybe if Bud and I told a joke.
Oh. Yeah, that would prove whether or not we're comedians, wouldn't it?
Yeah, especially whether or not.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right, fellas. Let's have the joke.
Yes, Harry and I can tell in a minute.
All right, what joke shall we audition, Colonel?
You know, what has no so-and-sos and so-and-sos?
Oh, yeah. Tell me, Colonel, what has no oars but rows?
What has no which but what?
What has no oars but rows?
A shad.
Yeah.
A shad has rows, yes.
Yeah, but no oars. Who ever heard of a shad with oars?
Yeah, I guess that proves we're comedians, doesn't it?
No, but it certainly proves you're Stoopnagle and Bud.
Well, that's what we've been trying to tell you.
Sure, we've taken over your program for the summer.
Oh, no, here, wait a minute. You boys don't start until July 1st.
Why, certainly, July 1st. This is June 17th, boys. You're 2 weeks early.
Or else you're 2 weeks late, Fred.
No, you've fixed things up properly here, fellas. You nearly had Fred off the air.
Gee, I must be slipping, Harry. Last week it took Mr. Hoover to get me off the air. This week, Stoopnagle and Bud nearly did it.
Well, I'm sorry, Fred. Guys, this is a pretty kettle of...
This is a pretty kettle of what, Colonel?
Well, I don't know. I hate fish.
Oh, I see.
I just say it's a pretty kettle of, and let it go at that.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm in a hurry, I just say, it's a...
Oh, I see. Say, we had everything set for a big opening. The Colonel even had the zipper on his white vest oiled.
The zipper oiled?
Yes, we went to quite some expense. This gardenia, the bus fares downtown, and incidental.
Well, we can straighten everything out, fellas. Harry, make an announcement. It'll square things with the studio audience and the listeners.
Yes, I'll do it right away.
Will you do
Fred.
that, Harry?
Ladies and gentlemen, due to some confusion in the dates, we're very happy to announce that Colonel Stoopnagle and Bud will not be with us this evening.
Now, quiet. Quiet, folks. Now, quiet. No Stoopnagle and Bud autographs until July 1st.
Yes.
They're out of season.
Come on, mister. You'll have to get down off the platform.
Taking the hands from the lapel, my friend.
Say, what's on your mind, stranger?
Which is Stoopnagle of Stoopnagle and Bloody?
Well, that's Stoopnagle there, the muscular party.
So where is mein gardenia? That's our program.
Well, now, look. If there's some misunderstanding, I'll be...
What's all the broken English for?
I am Rosenblum, my florist. Tonight, this Colonel Stoopnagle, so-called masculine party, is coming into my flower shop and leaving a down payment on a gardenia.
Did you leave a deposit on the gardenia, Colonel?
Yes, flowers keep better if there's a little dew on them, you know.
Listen, better jokes I'm hearing by Eddie Cantor. What's with the gardenia?
Well, now, look, there's been a little mistake here, Mr. Rosenblum. The boys start in 2 weeks. You see, your money will be good then.
Either I am getting back mein gardenia or I'm picketing his buttonhole.
Oh, now, wait a minute. You'll have to take pretty short steps to picket a buttonhole.
Listen, you're talking to a man who can do it. In the locksmith strike, I am picketing the keyhole in a Yale lock.
Well, here's your gardenia, mister. It's lucky I didn't rent these trousers.
Yes, much better. Get him out. Get back from the microphone, folks. People will think the Republican convention's back on the air.
Which one's Bud?
Right over there, lady.
Well, yes, madam, I'm Bud.
You're the one who signed my autograph book before the show, ain't you?
Well, yes, I did.
I heard that joke about the shad.
Oh, and you want an interview?
No, here's your autograph back.
Now, get in line with your complaint. Something on your mind, I doubt.
Hey, wait a minute, you guys. You can't get away with trying to pull a fast one. I wasted a stronger.
Now, just a minute. Who are you, neighbor?
What'd you say? I'm Mr. Bob. Ask Stoopnagle Bud who I am. Ask him what I'm doing here tonight. Go ahead, ask him.
You know this guy, Bud?
Oh, sure, yeah, that's Mr. Bob.
Yeah, you bet it's Mr. Bob. These guys hired me to come up and laugh at him tonight, the crazy old
Oh,
things
now, wait a minute. The Colonel and Bud don't pay people to laugh at them, do they?
They don't, eh? Well, that shows all you know, you old Fred Allen, yeah. You don't think they can get anybody to laugh at him for nothing, do you? Come on now, who pays me off?
Say, Bud, you better talk to him.
Never mind talking. I don't want conversation. I was hired to laugh. I want Jack.
Yeah, but you haven't laughed yet, Mr. Bob.
Now, where's my buddy?
Well, that's not much laughing for your salary.
Oh, yeah? What do you want for $2, Pagliacci?
All right now, Mr. Bob. Now, you run along, and you'd better take Stoop, Nagel, and Bud with you.
Yes, and if you do that, I'll give you $2 extra.
Hey, listen, Alan. For $2 extra, I'll take Stoop, Nagel, and Bud, you and Portland, Van Orkin and Estenestra, the studio audience, and I'll take Radio City, too.
And a little cyanide of potassium if you're not overloading yourself.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go 50-50 with you. You take the cyanide, and I'll take the potassium.
All right. And don't forget, Mr. Bob, to deliver Stoop, Nagel, and Bud FOB back here on July 1st.
You said it. I'll have those guys back here on July 1st if I have to make one trip. Yay, boys, some fun and so forth.
This is Fred Allen saying good night, ladies and gentlemen. Until next Wednesday night, when you're invited to join us for another hour of smiles at the Old Town Hall.